sentimental when I look at the sky. Something elemental building under my eyes. Floating satellite orbiting in the sky. Asteroid pushing in, knock it off course and then through atmospheres I flash and live. The sun's getting near and in the lights. There's so much that I never knew. Nothing ever comes to you. I get sentimental when I look at the sky. Something elemental building under my eyes. Gravity strikes as I fall. I'm catching flame as I
Hi Rolf, how's it going? How are you? And thank you so much for the tier 1 sub for 33 months. Let's go. Hello. How are you doing? I heard the other day you had a very good D&D session. Heck yeah. I'm just hanging in there, very tired. Still waking up, drinking some coffee. I'm super excited for this VN, so yeah, D&D has been nice, heck yeah. I'm glad you're having a good time. Maybe one day we'll do something in my server, but who knows? I just love that we've tried like several times and everyone's always like, yeah, we want to do it, and then no one like responds when we're like, okay, so when are we doing it? Yeah, I was up late last night as well, just like doing nothing. I mean, first I was hanging out with Azure and Lulu watching stuff, but then after that I was just like listening to music and watching random videos and stuff instead of going to bed. But yeah, so that's happening. But hopefully I'll get sleep at some point. That's the dream, that's the goal. I'm hoping tomorrow, since I don't have to go to work until like 3:45 tomorrow. So hopefully that'll mean I can sleep in and all that stuff. Yeah, I've done that so many times, Rolf. Literally all the time. The struggle is real. But yeah. I mean, I was talking to like some of the people at my work the other day about how like I personally, I need a lot of sleep to feel fully rested. Like, I'm the type of person who can sleep like 12 hours to get a full night's sleep. I'm definitely a long sleeper, but the problem of that is that I don't really, like, I need that much sleep, but I also don't like going to sleep because I feel like I'm wasting all my time sleeping. So it's like this constant struggle of I need that sleep, but I also want to do other things besides sleep. The struggle is real. Hi, Azure. Hi, I love ya. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? I hope you're doing well. Yeah. Oh, Pluto, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. Welcome. We'll be playing the VN soon. Though usually we end up talking for 5 billion years first. I know several good pieces of advice for dealing with insomnia, but just foolishly decide to use none of them and instead pick the worst option. No, so the thing for me is often I don't think I have insomnia because, like, I'm the type of person also that if I fall asleep, I stay asleep. But it's just settling into bed is like my problem, where I'm just like, I should go to bed, and instead I'm just like still downstairs messing around watching videos on my laptop and stuff instead of going to bed. As soon as I go to bed, usually, unless it's like super early, like I typically fall asleep pretty easily, and then I'm like out usually. So I don't usually have trouble with like sleeping in that sense, but I just don't like doing it at the same time. So it's like I put it off as much as I can. Yeah. It's definitely a struggle. It's definitely a struggle. What a weirdo. Hi, Lulu. Hello. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? I love you very much. And yes, I am a weirdo. What's that thing that Jughead says in Riverdale? What is it?
I'm a weirdo.
Hello. Hi, Lulu.
I'll always be a weirdo.
Yeah, the part where he like points to like the hat that he always wears, and he's like, "You see this hat I always wear?" It's something about like, "Have you ever seen me not without this hat? Now that's weird," or something like that.
That's just autism, bro. That's just
yeah.
the tiz.
Yeah.
You got the tiz riz.
How are you doing, Lulu?
You?
I'm doing good, except tired. I'm big sleepy. Oh yeah, Rolf says, when you haven't fallen asleep yet and you can hear birds outside, you know you fucked up. Yeah.
Like I did today.
Oof, no, Lulu.
I've been doing it for the last couple of weeks. It's nothing really.
Yeah.
Because I've been in pain, so...
Yeah. Big hugs.
Hopefully it'll get sorted on Thursday.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for as well. I hope you feel better.
Yeah.
I hope they'll figure it all out.
It hasn't been hurting for a couple of weeks now, which is great. But it's like, I'm still like so tired. I think it's just I'm burnt out from all the stress of the last few months. So.
Yeah. No, that totally makes sense, because I probably have told this story before, but there was like a period of time in middle school where for like an entire summer I had a migraine that just wouldn't go away. And I remember it was pretty awful, and it did take like time after that for me to like get back to normal, because after like when you deal with chronic pain, it's exhausting, and it takes a lot out of you to constantly be like in that tensed up position. And so when you're not anymore, it's like, oh, now I need to sleep for 5 million years.
Now I've got to wear off this constant anxiety spiral I was in.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, because it is scary.
Survival mode is a bitch.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, what makes it so hard for that is, like, a lot of times, it's the anxiety itself or things like that that is, like, causing it. And then, like, you're put into that pain state, and then that leads to you being more anxious because it's not going away. And so it just, like, keeps going and going.
And also, like, if you have no idea why it's happening, you know? And how to fix it.
Yeah. Yeah, because I would definitely say that a lot of times, like, the first step to feeling better is, like, knowing what's wrong. Like, as soon as, like, a doctor can tell you, like, oh, you have this, a lot of times it's like, oh, like, that already takes a lot of the stress out of it, because at least now we know what's going on. And thank you, Lulu.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, what? No.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna say I don't think I've had a bot in a while. This is like the first stream in a while I've had a bot, so amazing.
Yes, I invite them apparently.
The crazy. But yeah, I can't believe no, Asher. Asher, you're unyielding. Unyielding. I can't. The LE part is like getting me. I'm like unyielding.
Unyielding. There you go. I said it for you. Now continue.
I can't believe Azure is that person who just sent in that message, and I can't believe Lulu just banned Azure.
I did not, and I couldn't anyway.
Oh yeah,
nor
Rolf.
would I want to.
Yeah. We always want Azure here.
Yeah, otherwise I wouldn't have stuck around and bothering him for 6 years.
So true.
Never.
Yeah,
never. Azure, never.
Never, ever, ever.
You're stuck with us forever.
Rolf said, speaking of unwise decisions, I'm looking at the Steam Spring sales. I still remember, like, both you and Ralph, like, bought games, and then the very next day they were like, Steam Spring sale. I totally messed up those 3 words, but you know what I mean.
It doesn't matter, like, the game was relatively cheap already, so it's like, meh.
Yeah, I just think it's kind of funny. I'm like, oh no.
It doesn't matter to me.
Big hugs, you're the best, Lulu.
No, you.
No, you. Yeah.
Spring scream.
That is kind of what I said. I said spring screams. I said spring scream stale is what I said.
You're even messing up by saying what you messed up.
Yeah.
You really didn't get a lot of sleep.
Yeah, you can tell I'm tired. Yeah, I think I went to bed at like 5 a.m. is when I went to bed. So I got like 7 hours of sleep, I think. Which is like a normal amount of sleep, but is nowhere near enough for me. Yeah. I feel like Azure, I remember there was a time where Persona 5 Tactica was like really cheap during a sale, but I might be like misremembering. Might have been in a dream. The dementia is getting worse. No. Oh, guys. Who are you again? Is that Lulu over there?
Would be weird if I was.
You just teleport into my room. Like, oh shoot, there's Lulu.
I can't wait for that to happen.
Yeah,
we finally get teleportation.
Yeah, I I really want that so that, like, it would be so much easier to travel places instead of having to, like, you know, do all the regular travel stuff. You could just, like, fast travel somewhere and be like, hey, now I'm here. It would make hanging out with everybody so much easier.
Well, actually, the price is down on Steam right now, but it might be down on other things, so like the PS4 and stuff. So you could check there as well.
That's true.
And usually with the Steam sale, Amazon brings down their prices as well. So.
Exactly, Rolf. Though, I will admit, I still have, like, a special place in my heart for flying. Like, I would absolutely love to be able to just fly on my own.
Anya wants a broom.
Yeah! I would love a broom and then be able to fly. Honestly.
To go.
Yeah. But yeah, like that's kind of like one of the main powers I always say. Like when someone's like, oh, if you could have any superpower, what would it be? I usually say flying, even though it's like boring.
It would simply just be because you'd be able to wear fabulous outfits.
Yeah, be dressed up like a witch on a broom.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah, I guess it depends how fast you could go. Like, you could, if you're like a fast flyer, it could be just almost as good as teleportation, because you could just go sonic boom over somewhere else, become Sonic, but in the sky.
Well, you know, if that started to happen, you'd have strict air traffic laws, because there's still going to be people flying on planes. So
yeah. You would
and
also
just traffic laws in general, otherwise people are just going to crash into each other.
Yeah. You'll have to follow the roads in the sky that, when I found out was a thing, actually shocked me. I was like, wait, really? That they're like, they've put legitimate like roads, well, not like legitimate, but like there's like imaginary roads in the sky that planes have to follow, and
because,
that's why it takes that time that it does.
Yeah, because the airport I go to for the Netherlands, which is Schiphol, has multiple planes going everywhere. It's like the center of Europe. Lots of planes go to that airport and then leave there to go to like New York and stuff. So they do have a lot of stuff like that, and especially since it would be very tiny going over the UK as well, because there's planes that will go to East Midlands Airport and Birmingham Airport, which relatively are very close together. So you need those air traffic laws and those road maps. Otherwise, people are going to crash into each other.
Yeah, it's true.
I remember coming back from the Netherlands the last time, and was it going there? Either way, we were near the airport, but we had to go around in a circle basically, because another airplane was getting ready to either land or leave, and we obviously couldn't be around for that. So we spent like 15 minutes just in the air waiting to be able to land.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, like, it all makes sense, but it still was like a shock when I heard about it, because for some reason, like, I didn't even think that they would do stuff like that, even though it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, of course it would be that way, because otherwise everyone would crash into each other.
There's like over 30 countries who have multiple planes running at the same time. Like, of course, there needs to be.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't follow the plain road, you'll run into Bowser's castle.
Yep. Never mind the fact that you also have other air vehicles around, like you would have helicopters and private planes, etc. Like, I can't remember what the website's called, but it's like Flight Tracker 24. Yeah, that's it. And you could see literally every plane and helicopter and whatever that's registered, and it's insane. Like, there was I looked at New York, and like there's like so many dots all the time.
Yeah, makes sense.
I don't remember where it was now, but I remember seeing a police helicopter like going around in circles for 2 hours, and I think it's because they were trying to find somebody. So that was insane.
Yeah, that sounds insane. That's crazy. But yeah, so yeah, if people could start flying like by themselves, yeah, it would definitely need to be put into like the the air traffic protocols. Like, you now got to get a license to use your powers of flight.
Well, obviously it's like let's say we are flying a broom, then it's like you'd have with like flying drones. Is like you wouldn't be allowed to fly higher than this certain length, because obviously you'd start running into other vehicles that were allowed to fly higher than that. So that's why drones are either very restricted in what they can do, or they're banned altogether because they cause a lot of distraction.
Yeah.
Especially since a lot of drones have a lot of flashing lights.
Yeah, yep. Azure says, I'm committing so many crimes with my new powers, allegedly.
Allegedly.
But yeah, my thought process as well is like, oh my gosh, there's probably so many bugs up in the sky though too. And so I'm imagining like you're trying to fly, you just keep hitting all these bugs as you're flying through the sky.
It depends on how high you are, because above that, lots of birds have been killed by planes, unfortunately. And you can tell how often it's happened, because they literally have a separate procedures for when it does happen.
Amazing.
Because obviously your sight is going to get restricted by having a bird on there. Yeah. And you will have to find a way to clear it off, obviously, without getting out. So.
Yeah. Yep. You gotta wear a flight suit or something, says Azure, yeah.
Hi, Bajord.
Hi, Bajord. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? I love ya. But, yeah, besides flying, the other main thing I would love to have is the ability to breathe underwater.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Because I love being in water.
My thing would be less... I mean, breathing would also be good, yeah. But it would also be able to survive the pressures of being underwater. And be able to go even lower than we can now.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, shit happens, and our bodies are very soft.
Yeah. Yep. Very true. Are you gonna fight the Kraken? Nah, the Kraken's my friend. Also, thank you, Azure, for the shout out for Bjorn. Thank you. But yeah, like I mean, I don't know, because I've always just I've always been a big swimmer, and I love swimming, and I always thought it would be cool if I could just like be underwater and not have to like break for the surface. But I don't know if I would care too much about going like all the way down to the bottom, especially since some of the deep sea creatures kind of freak me out. Like those giant I forgot their name, but basically they're giant roly-polies but in the ocean.
Oh yeah.
I hate those things so much. They terrify me to no end. I'm like, nuh-uh. But, yeah. Now, one power that I definitely would not want to have, and I think I mentioned this, and yes, I would like Aquaman powers, you're right, Rolf. But the one that I would not want to have is, like, mind reading powers, like telepathy. I would not want to have that. Like, nuh-uh.
You especially wouldn't want it around your friends because there would be a lot of screaming.
Yeah.
A lot of screaming, or there would be very filthy, dirty thoughts.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love that I start talking about it immediately. Rolf is like, yeah, like mind reading or turning back time for his powers. The opposites. Same brain cell, Rolf. But yeah, I don't know, just ever since there was like a story that I read, and I don't even remember where it was from, but there was a story I read where a character had like mind reading powers, but like they couldn't turn it off. So like it was kind of horrific, like how this person was just constantly being like bombarded with people's like thoughts and stuff. And kind of how awful it was. And I think after reading that, I was like, that sounds terrible. I never want that ability. No, it wasn't True Blood. It was something that I read while I was in school. But I don't really remember.
Fanfiction.
It wasn't a fanfic either. I don't know. I remember it was like an actual book that I was reading, but I think it was like some sort of horror novel or something, but I don't really remember what it was. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Rolf. It would be like if you're using it, your eyes have to like glow or something so that people know that you're using it at that moment. Yeah.
Just have a safe word.
Yeah. Like, you just start, like, if somebody tries to read your mind and you don't want them to, you just start blasting, like, watermelon, like, into their mind through your mind. Like, the person tries to read your mind and all they hear is just watermelon.
No, all they hear is baby shark, baby shark.
Too true. Yeah, no, I totally get that, Rolf. I definitely have felt that before, where I'm like, I wish, like, I could read people's minds sometimes, because, like, of my anxiety about whether, like, people are legitimately wanting to spend time with me or, like, things like that. So I totally get that aspect of it.
Well, I can say for sure that me, Azure, and Angel tell you the truth constantly.
Yee. Thank you.
I will tell you if you're annoying the shit out of me. Or you're being too loud.
Yee. Thank you. It helps a lot. Big hugs. Yeah. Anyways, it is 2:09. It's been 30 minutes, so I am gonna open the game up. If I can find the Steam app. I did test the game last night, so there's that. I did.
Do you not put it on your taskbar?
No, I guess so. Originally, it did that thing that a lot of times, like, Steam is set to, like, automatically open when you start your
Yeah.
computer, but I turned that off because I kind of hated that, and so now I just like have to pull it up manually.
Yeah. But you do have it on the taskbar, right?
Yeah.
That's alright then.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's still so loud. I turned down the volume and it's still loud. There we go. Yeah, no worries, Rolf. No worries. Yeah. But yeah, exactly, Rolf. Like, you need friends that will tell you, like, if, like, you're going too far or things like that, so that you know that you can trust that they'll let you know.
Uh-huh.
It's very important. Let me actually pull this up. Oh god. That did not work. Should probably just use the game capture. Okay, there we go. There we go. So Lulu, are you joining me on this adventure?
Yes.
Heck yeah. Let's go. Yeah, no, I totally get that, Rolf. I'm actually the same way where I'm very much a chronic people pleaser. It's like, it's a huge problem. Like, I feel like I've gotten better over the years, like, with all of y'all, like, of being, like, more honest and more, like, putting more on myself, of, like, caring more about myself, but I still struggle a lot with that. And so I totally get that.
Understatement of the week, and we just started.
Yeah. Very true. It's only Monday. Oh boy. Also, so I went into the settings for this game, and I do think it's funny that the settings is literally just controller, resolution, and display mode. And that's it.
Yep.
I mean, I'm glad that there's at least the window mode.
That's how many it had on the PS4 as well, so...
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, this is a game that came out early 2000s. I don't know. Well, I guess by then a lot of games did have in-depth settings, so I don't know. Classic port, yeah. Oh yeah, I see, Rolf. Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, there's been times, like, in the past where, not, like, fully like that, but, where there are times where, like, I'll be tired some days, and I won't feel like hanging out with anybody, but somebody wants to hang out, so I'll still, like, hang out and stuff, even though, like, I'm tired and I feel grouchy. But yeah, it's definitely important, though, to try and be, honest about these things. It definitely helps with anxiety. Yeah. Anyways, new game.
Yes, run away, Anya, run away.
I'm like,
run
yeah.
away.
I'm like running away. I gotta get out of here. Do you want the guide to gameplay to be displayed? Sure.
Yeah, for you, I'd say yes.
Yeah, we probably need it.
Well, I can explain stuff, but like it's better if the game does it.
Yeah. No, Rolf, you're amazing.
Back in school, I feel like I was that person. So
no, Lulu, you're awesome. Both of you
I
guys
said
are
back
awesome.
in school.
Oh, that's true. Why is it so loud again? I turned it down.
Because it's dramatic.
This music is bopping, though.
Unlike other openings of Japanese games, I don't think this has many, if any, spoilers, so that's good.
Yeah, especially for this game.
There's so many anime and like video games and whatever that have spoilers right in the fucking beginning. Like,
yeah.
Come on.
There's a video from that one channel that Azure likes a lot. That what I forgot his name, but one of the videos was like basically like when the anime opening tells you the whole story. It was like literally like the whole anime opening like tells you the whole anime storyline. It was pretty great. But yeah, for those that don't know, this game was made by one of the people who made this game is known for creating the Dragon Quest series, and the other person who made it is known for creating the Zero Escape series. So there's that. What a bop.
新宿区オフィスビル立てこもり事件の続報です。今朝新宿6丁目のオフィスビルに目出し帽をかぶった40歳前後とみられる男が従業員数人を人質に取り立てこもりました。その後数時間経った今も男は
The origin of legends, exactly.
会社員の話によりますと立てこもっている男は北島という男である可能性が高いとのことです。その男は以前からこのビル内のある企業との仕事上の取引があり、金銭上のトラブル
Oh, the chat replies covering the subtitles,
Oof.
Anya. You need to hear them.
Yeah, I should probably just I'll just hide the chat for this one. Because I don't think I can move it to a place where it won't cover stuff.
What does it change so easy? Always a mystery.
No, I just hid the text. So now we'll be able to see. Kaboom! But yeah, those big intersections where people do all the diagonal paths, but everyone still jaywalks, yeah.
Yeah, happens here too. Like, there's very clear traffic lights and stuff, but people will cross because there's no cars coming. So, as you play through the game, the various mechanics will be explained. Issues. In 4280, you follow the stories of multiple protagonists at once. Your decisions impact the experiences as you read the story. What does the day hold in store? Their fate is in your hands. Hopefully you can see them all through to the end. Start, you have 2 characters, Shinya Kanyo and Eikiendo. Achi. Let's begin by checking out Kano's story. Kano, whatever. I never knew how to say their names. So...
Yeah. I need to mention this as well, Rolf, that this game has like 87 different endings. Like, this game goes all out.
So you will see right here, Kano is your choice right now, and the keep out sign on Achi's story means that you have to play Kano first in order to unlock that, and that will happen a lot.
Yeah.
And it's also how you will discover how to unlock different endings.
Yeah. Just 2 more minutes to go. Shinya Kano noted the time again on his watch, scowling at the slow creep of the second hand. The time was 9:58 a.m. Furrows of consternation creased his forehead. He wasn't nervous, but he knew better than to expect everything to go smoothly. Keeping a level head was proving rather difficult. There was no room for failure. Lives were on the line
Kano
here.
from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it's a crossover. It's part of the same universe. He eyed his surroundings. Was the perp really going to show up? When? Where would he be coming from? Where would you go? Where would you come from, Kanai Joe? How would he make his approach? The Shibuya Scramble was as packed as ever. A throng of people crossing this way and that, blissfully unaware of the dozens of detectives hidden in its midst. I mean, isn't that just a typical Tuesday?
Right?
Like, I feel like if I end up at like the Shibuya Scramble at some point, I'm going to probably assume that there's probably some like law enforcement around there.
Well, yeah.
All right, another minute and a half. Look at this guy.
Yee.
Kano glanced down at his watch yet again. A mere 30 seconds had passed. Detective Kano had been with the enforcement arm of Shibuya's criminal affairs section for a year now, but he'd never been part of an operation this big before. He eyed the young woman standing beside the statue up ahead. It's oh my gosh, what's it called? Oh my gosh, I feel terrible that I've forgotten the name of the statue. The dog. The special dog that was erected there because it stood there waiting for its owner to come back for ages. I forgot the name of it. Oh my gosh, there's like a whole section in the original The World Ends With You.
Anya, before you explode, it's Hachiko.
Yes, it's Hachiko! There it is. Yeah. Fake weeb, yeah. No, it's like, I feel awful about it because it's such a big part of the original The World Ends With You. So I was like, yeah, I know this. And then my brain just blanked. And I didn't remember it. He eyed the young woman standing beside the statue up ahead. She was small enough to get lost in the crowd, and she carried a nondescript attache case. Attache.
Attache.
Yeah. I don't know why I said attached.
She has a mustache.
Hitomi Osawa, age 19. The attaché case in her hands contained a full 50 million yen in cash. Yesterday, her twin sister Maria had been kidnapped. You have to turn in your Japanophile card now. Oh no. This was the ransom payment. The culprit had called Hitomi last night at home, referring to her by name and telling her to wait by the statue of Hachiko in Shibuya. We were just talking about it. It was almost time, but nothing. Kano was staring fixedly at the second hand on his watch when a homeless man sitting on the sidewalk murmured just loud enough for him to hear. Come on, Kano, quit looking at your watch so much. Wait, I need to give him like a proper voice. Come on, Kano, quit looking at your watch so much. What if the kidnapper sees you?
So Anya, I'm going to tell you something very exciting.
Yeah.
So, Kano's character, he has been in Kamen Rider, etc. stuff since 2008, and very recently, he was in King Oja as Grody.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I gotta try and give him the Grody voice now.
Yeah.
Or do you want to voice Kano when he talks? The Grody voice.
I don't know if I could do it justice.
I don't know if I could do it justice, but I could try. Kano tried to look nonchalant as he lifted his eyes, but the scruffy character continued. You're too nervous. Just relax already. Jeez. You're the one acting suspicious, Sasayama. There we go. I did it. I was so focused on trying to do a voice that I couldn't get the name.
Maybe you just stick to your voice.
Frown. Why would some homeless guy be talking to me? Yuji Sasayama was the senior officer of the Shibuya Precinct's Criminal Affairs Division, 5 years older than Kato. Some words and phrases in the text appear in blue. These are called tips. Press X to underline a tip, then press A.
Those are very useful because it will help you understand shit, obviously, but also it gives you clues as to what's happening in the story, and it'll help you find some endings.
Ooh, nice. Also, Rolf, absolutely. We need a third person in here. Let's go.
We need a male voice.
Yeah, we need a male voice in here.
A male presenting voice.
Yeah. This will let you read some extra info related to that word or phrase. There are tips containing general knowledge of words that are 4 to 8 specific. These are marked with a
magnifying glass and a 4 to 8 respectively.
Yeah.
So the magnifying glass is where you look at basically the meaning, and the 4 to 8 will take you to a different ending.
I see.
Will take you to a different scene. So you want to keep a close eye on stuff, because then you can travel to somebody else's point of view.
I see. Also, heck yeah,
It's
Rolf.
very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot how in-depth this game is. Like, it really, like, I mentioned before, like, I put this on list before and stuff about, like, just how much it really utilizes its medium. Hi, Rolf, I love ya. How's it going?
I'm alright.
Heck yeah, what kind of ice cream are you eating?
That's a good question. It's a very
don't
Dutch
know.
flavor, so it's hard to explain. It's specu love.
Oh, I see.
Do you know what's
Ooh, that
speak
sounds good.
about? I
Yeah.
guess not. But
No.
I do, yes.
I do know.
you do know. Okay.
I think I don't think I've ever had it, but I have heard of it.
Mhm.
Yeah, the Ben and Jerry's version of that is mostly cinnamon, but it's quite nice.
Yeah.
That does sound
Cinnamon
good.
and caramel cookies and stuff, so
Yeah.
it's nice.
I love that for me. You're like, okay, here's the Ben and Jerry's version.
Well, I'm eating Ben and Jerry's. So.
Oh, heck yeah. So 428 Shibuya Precinct. Official name Shibuya Central Precinct. Responsible for the safety of approximately 200,000 people in 32 neighborhoods, including Yahara, Ugui, Sudanshiko, Uda, Gawachko, Ibusu, Ibushinishi, Ibusumi, Nami, oh yeah.
It's just like 30 Japanese names in a row.
Yeah, I'm like struggling. Oh, I just looked down and I saw that it's all of them. I'm not reading all of this.
Just remember, it's all said phonetically. They will
Yeah.
say every.
Yeah.
It's just like 32 neighborhoods, including, and then they list all 32. Yeah.
Okay, so let's continue onward. He always went a little too overboard with the disguises. He claimed it was all part of the job, but word around the station was that he just liked playing dress up.
Hey, pal, spare some change.
Sasayama lurched to his feet and shuffled in close to Kano.
Hey, knock that off.
Fittingly for the part, Sasayama reeked pretty badly.
Well, ain't too suspicious now, huh?
He clung to Kano with a mock camaraderie, despite the younger man's attempts to pull away.
Come on, Sasayama. Cut that out.
Sasayama's blithe confidence rattled Kano's nerves. Of course, there was good reason for that confidence. This was Kano and Sasayama's jurisdiction, but they were positioned a good distance from where the handoff was to take place. Okay, it's like that, and then whoop. Okay.
Yep.
A particular region over which an organization or a member thereof has control or authority refers here to the areas under the jurisdiction of various police precincts. The Metropolitan Police Department, at the pinnacle of Tokyo's police hierarchy, has vastly more authority than local precincts, but since many officers wind up needing to work with both, the outright rivalry between the two isn't as notable as TV dramas may make it seem.
Yes.
The statue of Hachiko was surrounded by elite investigators from one of HQ's special investigation teams. Sometimes two or more tips will appear on a single screen. Press X repeatedly to change which words are underlined. Highlight the tip you wish to read, then press A. Continue pressing X or press B to return to reading the story. Okay, so... Hey, I love that they have all these pictures and stuff. It's so good.
Yee.
Bronze statue of a dog erected in 1934. The dog was famous for loyally waiting for his absent master. Well known as a meetup spot outside of Shibuya Station. Other popular meetup spots at the station are the display cart for the original Tokyo 5000 series, commonly known as the Green Frog, and the Moyai statue by the west entrance. Here refers to the Metropolitan Police Department, the Tokyo Police Section responsible for managing 101 precincts within the city. Japan's largest police organization. In addition to policing Tokyo, it has various other duties and authorities for maintaining public order in the capital. Yeah. Hachiko is a pretty old story.
And yet Anya forgot the
Yeah, I
name.
know! I remembered the story, though, at least. My brain remembered that. I just couldn't think of the name all of a sudden. Even though it's such an important part of the world as with you. Like, that's the part that makes me mad, is it was such a significant part of that game, and yet I forgot the name when I had to remember it. Kano and his... it's just like me, honestly. Kano and his partner were just there to provide backup, but the kidnapper attempted to flee.
Look, just try to relax. We'll be fine.
Sasayama gave him a wink. A moment later, the radio squawked in Kano's ear.
What?
What? Alright, everyone, it's time! Keep your eyes open!
Oh my god, it's a man whip!
The voice coming in through the earpiece was Koji Kuze, HQ's operations director, the individual responsible for directing the investigation in the event of a serious crime. If a task force is set up, the operations director is the one who assumes command. TV dramas and other fictional accounts often feature some young prodigy from the MPD as operations director, but in reality, the position usually goes to a proven veteran.
Do you want me to read those parts rather than you, Anya? So you're not reading everything?
Oh yeah, that's probably a good idea. Thank you.
Okie doke.
Until last year, he's been the Shibuya precinct's head detective and Kato's supervisor. We don't know when the perp is going to make contact! Don't let your guard down! Kuze's gravelly voice echoed in Kato's ear. His very low, gravelly voice.
Amazing. You don't sound too worried, Kuze.
Kind of winced at Sasayama's words. How could the man be so nonchalant?
It's so hard to tell which of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The appointed time had come and gone. Something should be happening. What? Kano smacked himself in the thigh to release a little tension. Wha-bam. The sound was louder than he intended. Though the suit hid his muscular physique, it did little to dampen the noise. He needed to stay focused. He might be called into action at any moment. I love this image of him standing there seriously and the other guy just like hanging off his shoulder like,
Got some change?
The department handled abduction cases according to a certain standard investigation procedure. Was it an attempt to extort money, or was the motive something personal? The answer to that question determined how they deal with the criminal. And based on the investigation team's initial findings this time around, they probably weren't dealing with a professional kidnapper. Still, in all likelihood, it was someone with quite a long rap sheet. Probably someone who knew the family, but so far they had few leads on who might bear such a grudge. With the situation so unclear, the plan was to apprehend whoever came to make the handoff on site. If the culprit ran with the money, there'd be no guarantee of the hostage's well-being.
Still nothing.
Sasayama muttered.
There he is. He's here. Oh.
I love the zoom in.
Pom pom.
Wait, there he is! He's here! Kuze broke in, his voice sprinkling into an excited chirp.
Now it's a chirp again.
Yeah.
Kuze's particular vocal quirk. Whenever he gets overly flustered, excited, or panicked, he slips into a childish register. So you're basically correct, Anya.
Yeah.
Prone to babbling and pitching his voice. That's why it's so funny to me, because basically he does go like that.
It's so good. It's canon.
Yeah.
Subject is a young male in his 20s, wearing a bandana and an orange hoodie. Kuze, normally calm and stoic, was now squawking like an excited child. That only happened when he got particularly worked up. Kato and Sasayama steeled themselves. They could see the subject now. They could see a 20-something male nonchalantly approached Hitomi to talk to her. I love all the, like, people in the background. A lot of them look kind of like a squad of hitman, like, right behind her.
Also, Hitomi has such, like, please leave me alone.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, people, be ready to grab this guy! Because it was stationed in the mobile compound center not far from the intersection. Keeping tabs on this. Oh, wait. Mobile command center not far from the intersection. Keeping tabs on the situation via video surveillance from the camera team. Oh, I just noticed it's been saving this whole time. I didn't realize that. The young man started speaking enthusiastically to Hitomi. The detectives watched, uncertain. Was this really the kidnapper? Oh.
Now here is your first choice, and that's why it's saved right before.
Yeah, you'll encounter selections like these during the story. These choices will change the lives of other people in addition to changing your own fate. Use up and down to make your choice and press A. The current choice will not impact you or any of the other protagonists.
Yeah, so this is the first choice where it doesn't really do anything, but the other ones definitely will.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to hit B.
Well, you get to see the guide.
Yeah, press to go back and reread sections you've already played through. To scroll ahead through text you've already read, press down. When rewinding and advancing, a blank will sometimes appear in the upper left corner. Please press A while this is being displayed to reread the current page.
So, if you have a choice that you didn't see, or like a piece of like information you meant to click on but you didn't because you have it in autoplay, then you can go back and look at it.
I see. Okay.
And that's very useful also for when you want to change the timeline kind of thing.
Yeah, both of these choices seem pretty similar. I'm thinking B, though. Rolf, what is your thoughts?
Well, this one doesn't really matter, right? So.
Yeah. The
First
situation.
one sounds in character.
Yeah. It does.
It's like he hyped himself up, so he's like, okay, let's do it. Then.
Yeah. So go for A then?
Yeah, go for it.
Yes, that was him, all right. Kano took a step forward. Hold it. Oh, wait, no, that's you.
Hold it.
Sasayama yanked him back.
Don't be so hasty. But just watch for a minute.
Sasayama gestured with a nod. With Hitomi steadfastly ignoring him, the young man slunk away.
And that's why that choice doesn't mean anything, because, it would have resulted in safe.
Yeah.
Guess it wasn't him.
Kano felt the tension of the moment linger in his spine.
Guy must have been hitting on her.
See, I mean, someone on the fly like this takes a special neck.
It's my turn, Anya.
Oh, yeah.
See that meeting someone on the fly like this takes a special knack. Looks are also important. Sometimes, of course, the person trying to get your attention out of nowhere, just trying to make a sales pitch for a product or nearby establishment. So that's why I ignore them. At first glance, it isn't always easy to tell the difference. And Anya knows this well.
It's true. It's true. Also, I love that when you said that so loudly, it literally echoed. So it was like you were like sending your judgment from up above. Like, it's my turn! It's so good.
I mean, she is pretty cute and all.
He had a point.
Of course.
Something
also, she's 19, guys.
Yeah. So Sayama's voice made Kato brace himself.
It's Japan. She's legal.
Yeah. She's got nothing on my Mii-chan. Was it an idol or something? Oh, okay.
Mii-chan was Sasayama's wife. They got married just last month.
Let me tell you, Kano. Married life, it's the shit. Gotta hurry up and give me a try for yourself.
This
His
was
face.
favorite topic lately. I kind of was getting more and more fed up with it.
Sasayama, come on. Knock it off, okay?
The phrase had become a common refrain of his since the department partnered them.
Fine. Let's talk about your girlfriend then. His face.
Yeah.
Huh? No? You can't be serious.
Sasayama leaned in close again.
What's she like? We are not having this conversation.
Kano muttered, looking away.
Ah, come on.
Sasayama set his hand on Kano's chest, still playing the homeless troublemaker.
Show me your phone. Got any pics? Let me see your lock screen. Huh?
Sasayama pawned for the phone.
You've got a pic of your girl on your lock screen, yeah? Show me those titties. I do not.
But he did. It was scary how on the mark Sasayama's instincts were.
Hey, cut it out. We're in the middle of an investigation. I am investigating.
Sasayama chuckled as he plucked the phone from Kano's pocket. His face scrunched up with astonishment as he looked at the lock screen.
The heck is this? It's just an anime girl. It's not... Ain't this Masami Nagahama?
A
A
national...
national star. Anya!
Sorry! I'm shutting up!
A national star tends to play the heroine on national morning soap operas or in national historical dramas. Her songs have been a series of national hits, and she's even slated to host the year-end national singing competition program. So the drinking is what I want to do when Anya keeps interrupting me. Everything about her is national.
She's a nationalist.
Oh, snap!
No!
I mean, I guess a national singing competition would also have some drinking in it, so...
Yeah.
Kind of realized he had to bite the bullet.
No, that's my girlfriend. Her name's Rumi, and she's...
Sasayama cut him off.
You're telling me this ain't Sasami Nagahama, the famous actress? Because this right here is Masami Nagahama. Like I said, you sly old dog. Trying to make like you're dating Masami Nagahama. I'm not. I mean, I guess Rumi does kind of look like her.
Sasayama let out a huff.
For real, bro? You really think I'm gonna fall for that?
For
My
real?
girlfriend is from Canada, shit. You wouldn't know her. She goes to another school. There's nothing to fall for, I swear.
Sasayama scowled, unconvinced.
Alright, then why don't you marry her?
Kind of stammered, but he had no answer. The truth was, he would have happily married her already, but there were obstacles that needed to be overcome.
Like her not knowing he exists.
Nah.
Okay, playtime's over. Let's focus on the job.
Sasayama handed back Kano's phone and turned his gaze back to Hitomi. Kind of let out a quick, uneasy sigh, but his shoulders did feel looser. Maybe Sasayama had been trying to relieve a bit of the tension. Maybe he should be grateful. By now, several minutes had passed since the guy with the papers had gone away. He peered at Hitomi. The strain on her face was visible. In addition to the weight of the attaché case itself, the 5,000, 10,000 yen bills it held weighed close to 6 kilos. Her slender arms must have been getting tired. Still, she refused to set the case down. She wasn't taking any chances with her sister's life. The kidnapping case had begun the day before at around 7 p.m. Deputy Dispatch Detective Shibuya Precinct are reporting a missing person believed to be an abduction.
In Japanese law, the act of indirectly luring and deceiving someone into the control of a third party is known as kidnapping. Using forcible threats or violence is to achieve the same result is known as an abduction.
Just in Japanese law, though. In American law, it's okay.
Japanese law.
Ricky Osama, a 19-year-old student at Mandorama Academy, Latina LL diner near campus. A man was allegedly seen forcing her into a car nearby. All officers in the vicinity report to the scene at once.
What?
Kano and Sasayama have been working a burglary case in Jingumie's 5th district when they got the call. The two arrived at the LL Diner at 7:15 p.m. At roughly the same time, several other officers showed up to secure the area, blocking off entry to nearby roadways and monitoring the surrounding establishments. Inside the restaurant, Kano and Sasayama were met by the girl who reported the kidnapping. It was the victim's twin sister, Hitomi.
Could you tell us about when Maria was taken, starting from the very beginning?
Kano said, keeping his voice low.
No.
My sister and I were supposed to go to a party together today.
Hitomi was trembling, her voice hoarse.
But I messed up the time. I showed up right at 7, an hour later than I was supposed to.
So
so it's your fault.
You know, he would probably say that. And yeah, Marge Simpson on Police Dispatch, exactly. So Maria had gone alone to the party, a mixer for locals and exchange students. Hitomi, arriving late, had showed up just in time to glance out through the restaurant window and see her sister getting shoved into... Wait, so they were having a party, a mixer, in the morning? Or did they say 7 p.m.?
Just said 7, I think, so... Assuming
It
PM.
usually means PM.
Yeah.
But then again, they could have gone late into that time, so...
If you're arriving late at 7 in the morning to a party...
Yeah, this is very late.
She described the vehicle as a blue station wagon of Japanese make.
I think that's right.
Can you go to the next line? Because I'm not sure what's talking. Okay. What? Why would something like this happen to her?
Hitomi held back her tears, but she was shaking all over.
Did you get a look at the kidnapper?
Yes. It was a man. Middle-aged.
Oh, hello.
Oh, God, this guy.
Suddenly.
There was another eyewitness, Leland Palmer. He identified himself as a lecturer at Hitomi and Maria's school.
I saw too.
Yeah, he's meant to be a foreigner, so...
Yeah.
Leland. It's like Hitomi says. I heard Hitomi cry out, and so I went to the window to look. And...
His Japanese was halting, as if he hadn't been in the country very long.
And I think that maybe the kidnapper was working alone.
Lan explained that he'd seen the man shove Maria into the back seat, then clamber into the driver's seat. If he
I
had
saw him shove her into the back seat and then climb into the driver's seat. That'd be so annoying. But,
yeah, if they did that,
Then-
just repeating it.
Yeah,
describe it first and then have him say it as well.
If he had
it
it,
happens so much.
yeah, it does. I mean, luckily, this VN is pretty good about these kinds of things, but yeah, there's definitely some
Yeah.
other ones where you're just like, oh my god, can we please move on? If he had an accomplice, would they have been driving? Neither Hitomi nor Leland had gotten a look at the suspect's
Leland,
face.
I think.
Leland kind of was
Leland.
interviewing others who had been on the scene, looking for other potential witnesses when his phone rang. It was
Hello?
Yoshio Kajiwara, one of the senior detectives. We set up a task force for the investigation. Get back to the station once
It's a
you have a
different
handle
guy, Anya.
on
It's a
the
different
situation
guy.
here. No, this is...
Just everyone sounds like over the phone.
yeah, that's what they sound like over the phone.
It's the 90s, all the phones are crap.
Barely half an hour had passed between the time the kidnapping was reported and the time the task force began operation. Roughly 100...
Roughly 100. Oh, yeah, you were doing so good.
Yeah.
Roughly 150 people are working on the case in the Shibuya precinct's conference room. The main force at work is HQ's first special investigation unit. SPU. Additionally, other detective sections, the right squad, and investigators from neighboring precincts have been assembled for this SPU.
Jesus Christ, 150 people on one case?
Yeah.
See the president's daughter or something? Or they just have way too many police in Japan?
Maybe, who knows? When Kano and Sasayama got back to the precinct station, Kuze had already arrived from HQ. He informed them that a response team had been formed to investigate the victim's home.
In a case where someone has been abducted ransom, it is often difficult to resolve the situation without cooperating with the victim's family, but the family can also be a hindrance in making an arrest. To help guide the family's actions, a response team is assembled and stationed at the victim's home, led by an investigator with the proper training. Good job, Anya.
Yeah. Kano could feel peculiar tension in the air. Unfamiliar MPD detectives scurried to and fro around the Shibuya offices. Yeah, it seems like somebody knows that something else is going on here, maybe. Homie! As Azure said. He pulled one of them aside to get a quick update. An hour had now passed since the kidnapping. There had been one new development. The perpetrator had made a threatening call to the victim's home. He said the following.
Tomorrow, 10 a.m., by Hachiko in Shibuya. Have the sister Tomi bring 50 million yen. If not, the girl's life is forfeit.
50 million yen?
It's a lot of money. It's like $500,000. In dollars.
Crazy.
Yes.
Kajiwara from the precinct was put on the response team, along with detectives from elsewhere who received special training in abduction cases. I love the guy just eating a banana.
Yep. Yeah, it's I can't remember what time it is, but it's like breakfast or something. So
It's just it's very good to have like these candid shots. I love that.
yeah.
Normally a
Makes it
local
look pretty realistic.
yeah, it does. It gives kind of a realism to it. Normally a
Yeah,
local
they'd
priest.
have to eat in the job.
Yee. Normally, a local precinct detective wouldn't have gone undercover in a victim's home. Kusei, however, had decided that having a knowledgeable local was crucial and had sent Kajiwara along. The detectives disguised themselves as delivery people and movers to make their way inside without arousing suspicion, arriving there at 8:30. The response team had come prepared to run a trace if the kidnapper contacted the family a second time.
The act of pinpointing the source of an incoming phone call, the police are not allowed to do this independently without oversight. They must go through a formalized process that includes securing the cooperation of the phone company. In the past, conducting the trace itself would take time, but nowadays acquiring the location can be practically instantaneous.
But there were no further calls. Me and the homies on our laptops. Kano checked his watch again. 20 minutes had now passed since the time designated for the ransom handoff. The kidnapper had yet to appear.
Crap, you think we might have spooked him?
He wondered aloud.
Hey, stay calm.
Sasayama scanned the passing throng.
He's just playing with us. Why does this guy even pick this place?
He kind of voiced the question he'd been asking himself ever since he heard the kidnapper's demands. Sasayama shrugged.
Figured he must want to blend in with the crowd, nab the money and disappear before anyone knows he's there. Would be my guess. In that case, why not pick Shinjuku or Ginza?
The big crowd did just benefit the kidnapper, after all. It also allowed the police to use the area of people to conceal their own operation.
Before we continue, Anya, can you make sure to continue it after we get text?
Yeah.
A speech text, because then we'll know who's talking.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
Right now, there were 50 detectives stationed within a 50-meter radius of where Hitomi stood. The kidnapper would be taking a major risk if his plan was to nab the ransom money and run. That's what bothered Kano. Any criminal with half a brain... Yeah. Any criminal with half a brain would know better than to do a handoff in front of Hachiko.
You're overthinking things, pal.
Sasayama
Anya,
grumbled.
what did I just ask?
Yeah, sorry.
I mean, with these two, like they talk pretty differently, so it's not that hard. But it's.
Yeah, I guess so.
No, I'm not.
But if someone else is speaking, then
It's usually pretty useful. Yeah.
Kano reached into his pocket and pulled out his notepad. What?
Remember that, like, a dick is, like, a different name for detective.
Yeah, I know.
So, like Dick Tracy.
I know, but it's still funny.
It is.
My dick was looking good again today.
This was Kano's dick note, which he always kept close at hand.
Dick note?
Yeah, like the death note, but it's his dick note.
He just goes to like public restrooms and takes a peek at the guy next to him and then starts scribbling.
Yeah, like that guy had a pretty weak dick, not gonna lie.
The piss stream was pretty strong though. He got a high score on the piss games because they have those in Japan, which is great.
Sasayama rolled his eyes.
Oh, amazing. That thing again.
Kano ignored him, flipping through the notepad pages. I would like, I'm just imagining like it actually is what we've been saying, and he's just like, oh my gosh, you're bringing that thing out again. Would you believe?
Again with the dicks.
Change my score.
You write so large.
He said, aha, here it is. Dictum.
Dictum.
And number 89. The more...
At least it's 89.
Yeah, 69. The more relevant something seems, the more relevant it's bound to be.
That's why he records all the dicks.
Yeah. It was a favorite saying of Kyuzo Tateno, an assistant inspector from the Shibuya precinct. Tateno was the kind of detective Kano aspired to be. For the current operation, he'd been placed in charge of Hitomi's personal safety. He was in a position to defend her as soon as the ransom had been handed off. Of course, Hitomi had been informed of how much protection she was under. There was a risk that if she acted too secure, it might alert the kidnapper.
I think that Tano has the right idea.
Sasayama snorted quietly.
Maybe. I mean, he was a great detective. Don't get me wrong. But he had no riz whatsoever. But do you know how many irrelevant things there are to consider? Yeah, what's his dick like?
You gotta make note of
How
that.
good was his history?
How big that dick?
What kind of high score did he get?
You better note that all down in your dick note. Again, Kano ignored him. It didn't matter if nobody else understood. Kano had faith in Tateno as both a detective and as an individual. He had first witnessed Tateno's brilliance during a standoff at a financial company 3 years earlier. A man had shut himself in an office, splashing gasoline everywhere and threatening to set the place ablaze. While the others hesitated, Tateno unflinchingly doused himself with gasoline and strode into the building, where he managed to talk the man down and secure the scene.
That's insane.
Yeah, the others had been awestruck by Tateno's actions. And Kano, who at the time had been content to be a run-of-the-mill policeman, had found it quite inspiring.
Still, you know.
Sasayama murdered under his breath.
Murdered.
He murdered under his breath.
Just casually, on the side. As great a detective as Tateno is, it's not like anyone else in the world has ever heard of him. I suppose not. So? Only time anyone ever hears a cop's name is if he's caught in some scandal or killed in the line of duty.
He's eating a banana!
It's a theme. I mean, doesn't seem fair, does it?
Kano just shrugged. It was a strange definition of unfair, really.
I mean, you've got celebrity chefs, celebrity hairdressers and stuff. But no celebrity gumshoes, you know?
That would really get in the way of sneaking.
Yeah.
Well, what they're doing right now will be impossible if they were celebrities.
Yeah.
Look, please, can we just focus on what we're doing here? You know, the dicks and all that.
Kano rubbed
really
his eyes
important.
and turned his attention back to Hitomi.
What's the matter? Didn't sleep? Not enough, I guess. Did you eat? Didn't have time.
Between bringing in supplies for the base of operations, renting the team's vehicles...
A base of operations is usually set up in a large room at the precinct, such as an auditorium. MPD and precinct investigators assemble there, and communications equipment, investigation resources and such are brought in. Because of the scale and scope of these activities, newspaper reporters can be liable to notice. So in cases such as kidnapping, where a victim's personal safety is at stake, the flow of information is tightly controlled.
Renting the team's vehicles, photocopying hundreds of documents, and various other tasks. Kano had barely slept the previous night and hadn't gotten a meal in either.
What have you been doing? Saving up my energy for today.
Sasayama,
that's the other way
yeah.
What have you been doing? Saving up my energy for today. So you were sleeping.
Kano gave a wry chuckle at his partner's lack of shame.
There There he is. Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, Jesus! On you knew.
Kuse's voice chirped suddenly through Kano's earpiece. A man in his 20s wearing a sleeveless ring. He's carrying a garbage bag. A young man had emerged from the crowd about 50 feet from where Hitomi was standing. He strode toward her, a sinister look on his face. He didn't match Hitomi's description, but Kano felt a jolt of nerves all the same. Maybe the kidnapper had hired some young street punk to snatch the ransom payment.
That our guy? What do you think, Kano?
Sasayama whispered.
Yeah, I think he's got to be. I mean, look at that dick.
Got a note in my dick note.
It's swinging.
He's got that big dick energy. It has to be him.
This was it. Kano swallowed the lump in his throat. He bent his knees, ready to act fast. Blood rushed to his leg muscles, banishing the stiffness that had begun to take hold. Could this be the culprit?
With the contact that we inserted these lines.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, he's like, I'm ready to take on that dick.
He's like flexing his legs to make his erection go away.
I need more details for the dick note.
Yeah, he was kneeling this whole time, so he gotta get the blood back into his legs after kneeling for that. Could this be the culprit, or perhaps? The young man tried to snatch the briefcase from Hitomi, but she clung to it with desperate strength.
Action zoom.
It was him. I love this image. It's so good.
There's only so much drama you can bring with still images.
The detectives rushed in. I think it's his face, the fact that he looks so deadpan in this.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like he's dying on the inside while there's like an action zoom going on.
Oh, hey, what the hell?
The young man cried out frantically and tried to dart away, but the officers closed in, forcing him bodily to the ground. Targets again!
Oh, wait, is that the same guy? Yeah.
Oh, geez, I think we got another suspect on the scene. Eek, he's taking the ransom! Y'all
Take
are
everyone
idiots.
Any man in his 20s, tackle him.
Yeah. Kuse's hysterics made Kato spin around. Sure enough, a foreign-looking man was sprinting away, attaché case in hand. A mob of detectives scrambled to pursue. Imagine you're just hanging out at in Shibuya Scramble, and you just see, like, a ton of guys in suits just, like, running after a dude.
Yeah.
Just, like, a whole army of people. Like, what?
I've always wondered, like, how many of these people are there for the photo shoots, or actually people that are crossing Shibuya Scramble.
Yeah, just like hanging out here, and they see like people like filming this stuff, and it's like, what the heck?
Well, for them, it would just be another Friday, you know?
Like that woman that's in the middle of them, it's like they're running at her, and she might not even be like part of this.
Yeah,
scene.
yeah, she's like, what the heck?
Like, whoa, what the fuck?
Well, they film and do a lot of stuff at Shibuya Scramble, so they're probably used to that by now.
Yeah, it's like the same in like New York City, because they film so much like in there that like people are just kind of like, here we go again. Like anything could happen in these cities, and no one would bat an eye, basically.
This shit again.
The mob of detectives scrambled to pursue. Before Kato could react, most of them had run off, leaving him to look after the original suspect.
The music is nice.
Yeah.
So, how's that dick?
Yeah, like he looks so nonchalant here.
What should I do with this guy, sir? He might have some connection with the kidnapper. I mean, he did just try to steal $500,000.
Yeah.
Should I bring him in? I wouldn't just let him go,
Huh? Oh, sure. That'd be swell.
I'm on it.
With the help of one of the remaining detectives, Kano brought the suspect back to the Shibuya precinct.
Who is this?
This is a
Is
new
it him?
character.
It's the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but is this him talking or is someone talking to him? Like,
Yeah,
Look,
it's the 20-year-old.
yeah, but I'm like the line makes it sound like it's a detective talking to him. That's why.
Yeah.
Look, how many times do I have to go through this? Cut the crap.
In the interrogation room, the young man who gave his name as Achiendo steadfastly insisted on his innocence.
Why'd I try to steal that case?
Kano watched Achi's face intently.
Like I said, it looked heavy, so I was just trying to help her out,
It wasn't inconceivable that a young guy would want to help a pretty girl, but Hitomi had just been staying there, hardly in desperate need of assistance.
She hadn't set the case down. Oh, wait, it's the same. She hadn't set the case down, so I figured it had to be something important inside.
An entry for Kano's dick diary shot through his mind. Kano's dick note.
This guy, he might be the one.
Yo! Dictum number 25. With the tongue slips, grab it and yank out the truth.
Good lord.
The truth is jizz.
Yeah.
Just keep yanking it until the truth spurts out.
Use your tongue first, then
And grab at it.
If it slips, then grab.
Yeah, grab it.
Grab it and yank.
Yank with your
Until
tongue.
the truth comes out.
Grab his dick and twist
Oh, whoa, what? Azure just sent me something. What did he send me?
the dick diary.
No, is it the dick diary? He sent me the dick diary. What did he send me? Let's see. Oh, heck yeah. Paranorma site, the 7 mysteries of Hanjo. Thank you, Azure.
Whoa.
You're the best. Thank you. But that was great timing. Like, here's a gift from the dick note over here.
Just getting a dick pic while you're.
Yeah. It's just like I'm streaming and like here's a dick pic.
Game achievement.
Classic advice for questioning.
Gotta loosen up the subject.
Yeah, if you want to get them to talk, just like get on your knees. Edge them until they have to talk.
Something important, you say, such as? How the heck would I know?
Oh,
He huffed and slumped back in his chair. This standard textbook back and forth had been going on for nearly an hour. Kano didn't mind. Chasing down criminals was all well and good, but questioning suspects was another key part of the job. Plenty of off-the-scene work went into cracking a case. Once again, he had Achi explain what he'd been doing, starting from the beginning. When Kano finally emerged from the interrogation room for a short break, he learned that there had been some progress on the case at the crime scene. Amazing.
Such a good emote. Yeah.
What the police have been able to determine yet, however, was whether or not Maria was safe. Fight back his anxiety, Kano consulted his dick note. Dictum number 54. Haste makes waste. He felt his
Gotta
head.
take it slow.
Yeah, got really
That's
drawn
what
out.
you need to edge, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Ease into it.
He felt his tension subside. Remembering the right maxim always helped. It was like casting a magic spell. Kind of returned to confront Achi once more.
You were there to act as a distraction, to mess up the investigation, weren't you? Huh?
Achi looked a bit dumbfounded.
The hell you on about, dude?
Dick Dictum number 55. The truth hungers to be free.
Lord. You hungry? Got some katsudon if you like.
Japanese dish consisting of a bowl of white rice topped with breaded pork cutlet and egg. There are several variations such as sauce katsudon, where the egg is replaced with Worcestershire sauce, and miso katsudon. Aren't you glad I'm the one reading this, Anya? Where the pork is stewed in miso. Not typically the sort of thing a policeman offers a suspect during an interrogation. This could be seen as baiting with food and is to be avoided.
I want to go to
Wait.
Japan and get arrested so I can eat katsudon.
Heck yeah. That's the only time you can eat it. They only offer it
Right.
when you're at the police station. That's
I
the
love
only time.
katsu curry.
Yeah, it's good.
Chicken katsu. Yummy.
Yeah. But also, so I mean, the thing is, I'm pretty sure I thought there wasn't rules about like things like being a suspect and whatnot. Because I remember learning that like there's kind of this false myth that, like, for example, police officers are not supposed to lie, like, or something like that. But the truth
Depends on the
is,
country you live in.
yeah, like the truth is, at least I know here that police officers can
They
lie.
absolutely will
Yeah,
lie.
yeah, like
They'll
they,
just tell you, oh yeah, the other guy already confessed, so you better
Yeah.
confess up as well. And
yeah.
Yep.
you didn't.
That's why they say, like, if you are talking, like, you should talk with police, you should wait until a lawyer is present,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
because
But
otherwise the police will push their luck.
They will. They're very good at extracting false confessions.
Yeah.
That is why, like, a lie detector test is not part of this stuff anymore, because it always gives false positives, plus the fact that they could keep you there for hours and you'd say anything
To
in
get
order
out.
to be allowed to leave, you
Yeah.
know? So that's why there needs to be more laws around that, so
Yeah.
that's why it's definitely better to have your lawyer present, because then they can be like, no, don't say that,
Yeah.
you don't have to answer that kind of thing.
Yeah. Aichi nodded silently. Oh, he nodded. He's like, yeah, I want some katsudon. Yeah, Aichi devoured the bowl of katsudon with gusto. He looked like he hadn't eaten in a while.
It does look damn good. All right then, spill it. Oh, sure. Okay. He tips the bowl over.
Yeah, he's like, all right, then spill it. Okay. No, not like that.
Seems like a waste, but all right. What's this guy after?
But I do like how he's just like, here's some food, and the guy's like, okay, and then he starts eating it, and he's like, so he literally just took that one saying in his book at face value. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, this guy, he just needs some food. It
Hunger,
says
huh?
hunger, yeah.
Yeah.
He murmured, a thick slice of egg latent pork between his teeth.
How many accomplices do you have?
The Hachi just shook his head as he inhaled his food. He's like, whoa.
Just doing a Kirby.
Yeah. Resigningly kind of flipped through his notebook once more.
This guy's a loser.
Yeah, this guy sucks.
No, he's great.
Let's see.
Kano?
Number 115. Use the light to attend.
He's gonna just turn off the lights and be like, "Tell me."
Suddenly shine a mag light in the guy's face.
As the minutes ticked by, he found himself referring to his book again and again, trying a dozen different methods to tease out whatever his suspect might be hiding. The experience began to feel strangely surreal, their two voices echoing hollowly in the interrogation room. Yeah, he's doing it!
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, eventually Kato looked at the clock and realized that the questioning had been going on for nearly 5 hours. He still hadn't made any headway. What were we supposed to do next? Tatena would know, but he sure didn't. Still, he was determined to do whatever he could to keep the victim and her family safe. Grinding his teeth in frustration, he pursued the dick note like it was a scripture.
Perused.
The Dick Bible.
Yeah.
Number 116.
The monotonous question was clearly tiring H.E. out. His eyelids drooped like they were beginning to get heavy.
Number 117. Get them while they're tired.
Kato's like gleeved.
That's Phoenix Wright noise.
Yeah. You're part of some criminal gang, aren't you? You're a domestic terrorist.
Oh, good
His
night.
hand slumped forward heavily.
He
Nodding
nodded.
up.
He nodded.
Yeah. We got it. That's literally what he's saying. He nodded off was
Oh
basically
my
the same as nodding yes, right?
It's fucked up. Oh my god.
What the
That's messed up. Mr. Kuza, I did it. I tricked an innocent man into confessing. Sort of.
Yeah.
The young guy we grabbed at the handoff site, he finally confessed to the crime. I did it. This is you.
What? What are you talking about? Yuze laughed in disbelief. We're just about to apprehend the mastermind here.
How? Nani?
Nani?
Kato clutched his cell phone, dumbstruck.
Sona Masaka.
Listen, why don't you, look, just wait there at HQ, okay? No,
No.
it can't be. Oh no.
Wasted 5 hours.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh Jesus. It's kinda ended already. One failure.
After the kidnapping case wrapped up, Kato tendered his resignation.
Oh, and I saw the gun, I thought something even more
Yeah.
desperate, but...
Guess I'm not cut out to be a detective after all, he thought to himself. He dropped the... No! The dick note! On his desk as he left the Shibuya precinct for the last time! What?
Good lord. Just like that.
Dang. Well, end of the game, guys. We did it.
Yep, it's
What?
the first ending.
Huh? But there was not even a choice.
Yeah, Kano wound up at a bad end. However, this does not mean that the choice you made for Kano was the wrong one. One of the other protagonists, Achiendo, has an impact on Kano's fate here. You can avoid a bad end by making proper decisions in another character's story. For a detailed hit, check the tip by underlining the bad end title. Press X,
cool.
then A.
Every bad end you get will give you a hint as to how to get another ending, or how to avoid this one.
Wow.
Kano had every reason to suspect Achiendo, but arresting him turned out to be a mistake. If Achi hadn't approached Tomi, this wouldn't have happened. Hint, hint, hint. Try playing Achi's story up to 10:30 and make a choice that keeps him from going up to her. If you do that, Kano won't even have a chance to arrest him, and things should play out differently.
Yeah. There we go. Catch the tip, yeah.
And now we play as Achi.
Yeah. I like
Actually-
this screen where you can switch between the characters. Bam. Bam. Bam.
A little
Bam.
animation. Yeah. Sup?
Whoa.
And now we're Achi.
Look at that back.
He's got that V.
Yeah.
A triangle build.
He's a Dorito.
Yeah.
Blind.
Well,
Achiendo called out at the door to his father's room.
alright, I'm heading out, Dad. Sure.
His father sounded unconcerned. He didn't even
He's
open
a
the door.
Sure, don't want me to stay here in the shop? It's not like we're gonna get any customers.
Achi grimaced.
Yeah, I guess not. See you around, Pops.
The drawer by the front door held a stack of heavy-duty trash bags. Achi pulled a few of them out.
Guess it's gonna be that kind of day. To take out the trash. He stuffed the trash out too.
Yeah, he stuffed the trash bags into his pocket, then slipped on his favorite pair of sneakers. The entryway to Achi's home also led into the family shop. Various pieces of electronics were piled up like so much junk in the tiny retail space. The slightest bump brought the risk of an avalanche. Achi wove his way through the gaps in the appliances like a spelunker exploring a cave. From Shibuya Station, if you make your way past the 109 building, then up through Dogenzaka, you'll come across an old shopping district. Nestled in its outskirts is Endo Electronics, in the same place it's been for decades. Within its dimly lit interior, you'll find rows of wares all caked in dust. At a glance, you might well assume the place was closed. A mom-and-pop place like Endo's couldn't compete with the big consumer chains moving throughout Shibuya. So far, the store had remained in business thanks to the locals who appreciated that they made house calls to do repairs. But things were looking good for the future. Actually, the eldest son and nominal successor to the business had no interest whatsoever in working there. As he stepped out of the shop and into the sunny morning air, the good weather lifted his spirits.
Alright, time to do this.
He unfurled one of the big garbage bags, which caught the wind and fluttered like a cape. Then he slowly made his way towards Shibuya Station, scanning his surroundings all the while.
Jeez, this place is filthy.
He paused to pick up a plastic bottle that had been tossed on the ground. Then, with a heavy sigh, he slipped the crushed receptacle into his trash bag.
He may look mean, but he's a very good kid.
Yeah. He'd been picking up trash around town like this for about 6 months now. It had gotten so that the sort of garbage most people would hardly notice stood out to him like a sore thumb. Most days he'd fill his trash bag to the top by the time he made it from his house in Dogenzaga to the train station. Today he was halfway to the station when a woman's anxious voice caught his attention. "I'm sorry. I'm in a bit of a hurry here." He looked up and saw a timid-looking woman being confronted by two men, one with brown hair and one with black. What is their? I love their outfits.
Fucking greasers. Over
Yeah. They're gonna start snapping their fingers and everything at her.
Yeah. Let's sing and so.
They're usually scouts for hostess clubs.
Yeah.
Ah.
From the look of them, he guessed that the men were scouts for some hostess club. He ran into this sort of thing pretty frequently on his trash cleaning walks around town. Another kind of trash to take care
About
of.
to make the same joke.
Haji quickly interposed himself between the girl and the two recruiters.
Hey, can't you see you're bothering her?
What the hell are you? The two men glared. Take a hike, pal. Achi stood his
Look.
ground.
She ain't interested, he said, cocking a shotgun. You're gonna have to find some other mark.
How did you get a gun in Japan?
My dad owns a shop.
The hustler's annoyance.
I need it.
Yeah, oh, Sab. Oh snap, it's him! We found the guy who would later do an amazing thing. Did I say amazing? I didn't say anything. The hustler's annoyance turned to open rage.
I think that's you.
Well, listen to you. Got a bit of a mouth, huh, buddy? The brown-haired thug smacked his lips around his chewing gum like a dog worrying a bone. How about we take this somewhere more quiet, yeah? I don't know why I'm giving him his voice.
What this means can depend on the person speaking. To a young woman, let's go to somewhere more quiet might suggest a cafe or a park, but to a street punk, it might mean alley, where passers-by are unlikely to interrupt. Alley.
Allez! The girl stood by and
Andale,
easily
andale.
watching the goings-on.
Girl, fucking run.
Yeah. I love her dress. Look at the dress she's wearing. That's a pretty
that's
boppin' dress.
Yeah.
Hey, take it easy, man. Not looking for trouble.
I'm supposed to be an apology on your knees and beg, pal. The man spat his gum onto the ground.
Wow.
Achi looked
Dude.
down at the glistening wad of gum on the sidewalk. His last
Littering.
Wad?
Yeah.
Wad.
Wow.
his last
Was
shred
it-
of goodwill vanished. You littered? That's like, yeah, I can stand harassing women. You know, that can be okay as long as you say that you're sorry. But as soon as you start littering, that's it. You're dead, man.
Yeah, now I'm drawing my family katana. You better pick that up. Right now.
Nani? Did you hear me? 'Cause I told you to get down on your knees and brag! Achi's hand shot out, grabbing the man by the jaw.
And kiss.
Heck yeah. Mwah.
One way to get rid of him. Yeah.
Whoa, easy, pal. The other man's bravado drained from his face. Achi tightened his grip on the brown-haired hustler's jaw. Sweat dripped from the man's reddening brow. The man struggled, but Achi just tightened his grip.
Gum's a real pain in the ass to clean up after it's gotten stuck to the street, you know.
True.
Ever stop to consider that?
Wait, are you... The other hustler's panicked eyes had fixed on Achi's chest. Oh, crap! That
It's
shirt,
the
man!
eco-terrorist.
The guy's voice was starting to break. That's me, Clean!
Mean clean.
Guy with a mean clean shirt carrying around a trash bag. That means his face went pale. Meme gleam!
Mean clean.
The other man echoed the words through his held shut jaw, tears welling up in his eyes.
Get it right, pal.
And she clenched the man's jaw harder still.
It's mean clean.
We're sorry, man. You're Achi, right? Dude, we honestly had no idea. Come on, man. You gotta cut us some slack. The man scrambled to snatch the wad of gum off the seat, stuffing it into his pants pocket. Finally, Achi let go of his companion. The brown-haired hustler's face was twisted up with fear. Tears strayed down his cheeks. Gasping out hasty apologies, the two thugs scampered off.
Hey, so,
A shy
What's your
smile
number?
came on the girl's face.
Was the girl.
oh.
Ryoko Kakinuma, a second-year student in Midoriyama Academy's law school. These hustlers managed to corner her while she was on her way to a part-time job at a cafe. It's a popular plot in trashy e-novels for the main character to fall in love with the hustler like these guys, but such things rarely happen in real life.
Thank you for saving me.
No, I apologize
Huh? The girl stared in surprise.
for what I'm about to do.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
You run into creeps like that now and then, but don't hold it against us. Shibuya's a good town.
Yeah, okay. Achi gave her a quick
yeah,
wave and turned and continued on his way down Dogenzaga.
I was gonna go out with you, but that was weird, so
Yeah.
don't leave now.
No, she's like, I've been born here. I've lived here all my life.
Yeah.
But whatever you
Great,
say,
the
dude.
gatekeeper. Yeah, okay.
Achi was Shibuya born and raised. He was keenly aware of all the changes the ward had seen since he was a kid. Grocery stalls and inconspicuous little side streets, tiny parks nestled between buildings. Achi knew it all like the back of his hand. Trash, human or otherwise, had no place in this town. Not on his watch.
No
Achi
trash
made his
humans
way.
on my watch.
Heck yeah. Achi made his way down towards Shibuya Station. Throngs of people shuffled to and fro across the Scramble. The view shifted constantly from one moment to the next, almost as if the city itself were alive. And if the city was a living thing, then Shibuya Station was its heart. This really is The World Ends With You. With streets like
Yeah.
Bakamura Dori and Center Guy serving as the arteries pumping as bloodstream made of people. Today as ever, the heart was pumping that blood to every nook and cranny of Shibuya. And there was Achi, just another part of this great urban organism.
Guess I'm one of the city's white blood cells. Or wait, maybe I'm a red blood cell? I mean, I'm wearing a red jacket and all. Wait. Is that right? Or did I have to write this first time?
White
Damn,
blood
I'm sounding
cells.
less cool by blood.
White blood cells eliminate pathogens from the bloodstream. White blood cells carry oxygen throughout the body. Achi was probably thinking of white blood cells. I like that the narrator is like, Achi was actually probably meant this.
Yeah. Archie was actually an idiot.
Emerging from his reverie, he noticed a rather conspicuous young woman standing by the statue of Hachiko outside Shibuya Station.
Here we go.
Oh, she's totally my type.
To be up someone's alley.
No shit.
To be someone's cup of tea.
Delicious jasmine tea. Gulp, 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 gulp.
Wonder if she's a model, small-time actress or something. Gotta be small-time, though. Looks like she's waiting for someone. Probably another guy. Dang.
Good looking as she was, there was no way she wasn't already taken. What kind of guy scored a girl like that? Probably the rich-ass CEO of an IT company or something. Crouching down to tie off the trash bag, he continued gazing wistfully at the girl, then he noticed something peculiar. She was carrying an attaché case, the kind a businessman might use. It was a large case and apparently so heavy that she was struggling to hold it despite using both hands. Okay, so this is it. You've reached a decision point. Let's have Achi not approach Hitomi. Thanks, guide. But yeah, so this is what led to our bad ending.
Yeah.
Or you could still have it, have him do that and see what happens on his end.
Oh.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of fun.
Which will give you another bad ending.
So do we want to do that or follow what the guide is saying and go for the other choice?
Sounds kind of funny. Just do it anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not letting me do it.
Nope. Unfortunately, it is but thou must.
Yeah, but first I
This
gotta
point.
dump this trash. She looked around to see if there was a garbage bin nearby.
First, I gotta dump this trash.
Now Achi won't approach Hitomi, which means he will avoid being arrested by Kano. At the same time, Kano's fate will also change, and he will no longer wind up at a bad end. So let's switch back to Kano's story using the time chart. Press Y to open it. It's Siren.
Yep.
This is the time chart. It shows the protagonist's progression through the story. Decision points are marked with that.
It's siren,
Kano's-
but good.
The siren, but good, exactly. Or it's also like
Less confusing than Siren.
yeah, it's
Where
also
you don't need an entire guide to do it.
yeah. And we also have it's also kind of like the Zero Escape series as well.
Yeah.
With its like time charts and everything. Kano's fate has changed based on Achi's actions. Select Kano's 1030 block, then press A. Whee! Spinning around.
I suppose you could call it that.
Kano gave a wry chuckle at his partner's lack of shame.
It's Big Bird.
Yeah, there he is! Kuzo's voice chirped subtly. We got this. Oh! the face. The man in the black coat, he's not Japanese, looks to be... Oh, wait. The man in the black coat, he's not Japanese, looks to be in his early 30s. Previously, Achi got mixed up with Kano and the police, but now another man has appeared instead. By changing what Achi did, you've also changed Kano's story. A foreign man had emerged from the crowd about 15 feet from where Hitomi was standing. He made his way toward her, expression blank. He didn't match the description Hitomi had given them, but Kano felt a jolt of nerves all the same. Maybe the kidnapper was using an accomplice to snatch the ransom payment. Look at that chest hair.
Yeah. Sasayama?
Oh, sorry. Alright.
Sasayama raised an eyebrow.
This may be our other guy.
This was it. Kano swallowed the lump in his throat. He bent his knees, ready for action. Oh yeah, we read all that. That's like the same dialogue.
He's still horny.
Was this the culprit? Or perhaps... The stranger took hold of the attaché case. It was him! I love this shot. This shot is my favorite. In mass, the detectives began to close in.
Let's go, Kano.
On it. Oh, I don't know why I said on it. Like some random person comes in and is like on it. It's like, who's this person?
I wasn't talking to you.
I kind of leapt into action, but they never expected what happened next. With the case clutched in both arms, the man veered suddenly, running right toward them.
Nice.
Whoa.
The fuck?
Kano's story has suddenly hit a keep out. Keep out refers to a point in the story where your progress is currently stopped. In order to advance beyond a keep out, you need to jump from another protagonist's story. At 10:30, Achi has the text, young man in a suit, set as red keywords. Checking these red keywords will allow you to jump from Achi's story back to Kano's. Now head back to Achi's story and keep an eye out for that key phrase.
Yeah.
Try follow the story from Achi at 10:30. Approach the girl. So we have to select this, I'm guessing.
Huh?
A man had come up beside the girl. He was dressed in black and he wasn't Japanese. It looked like they were having a conversation. The girl nodded tensely at something the man said. Achi stared. I love seeing Kano and Sasayama right behind him in the background. It's a nice
Yeah.
shot.
And the guy to the right.
Yeah, doing a JoJo pose over there.
Yeah.
Something tells me
Something
that's
tells me that's not her boyfriend.
the girl handed the attaché case over to the man. He took hold of it with
No
his
good Japanese girl would be involved with a gaijin.
Right?
He took hold of it with his right hand and began walking briskly away. Whoa! I need y'all to know that my controller vibrated there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
A nearby homeless man suddenly leapt over Achi and broke into a run, as if he'd been waiting for this very moment.
Yeah, because Archie would have no idea who that is.
Yeah.
Yuji Sasayama, a detective of the Shibuya precinct known as the cosplay detective due to the strange outfits he wears while on stakeouts. He's partnered with Shinya Kano for the kidnapping investigation.
Sprinting alongside him was a young man in a suit. Red
There we
text, important keywords that let you jump between different protagonists' stories. This allows you to shift between characters at specific points. These can also allow you to clear out a keep out in another character's story and let you read on. If you come across red text, press X to underline it, then press A. A window will appear allowing you to jump from one protagonist to another at that point. Then press A to continue. The other character's story after the keep out. Give it a try. For performing a jump from the
Archie
screen.
versus Kano.
Yeah, it does look like a versus screen.
Yeah.
It's another protagonist story past that keep out. Yeah.
Liu Kang versus Kano. Finish it.
Wee. You did it! Jump successful. In 428, you will often need to jump to get past another character's keep out. Jump from red keywords to clear a keep out. Keep this in mind as you advance through the story. Okay, there won't be any more tutorial messages for a while. If you get stuck somewhere, try changing protagonists or making different decisions to advance. You can now use the time chart and the main menu. From the main menu, you can access gameplay explanations and adjust settings. Press Y to open the time chart and the 3 lines to open the main menu. Wait. I don't know what the 3 lines are.
That's the
Start button.
Oh, okay. That's like a plus button for me.
Yeah, that's what it looks like these days.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
So here's the time chart. Here's the bad ending list, settings control, guide, back to title screen.
Yeah.
This is a list of... Oh, remember how they said there won't be any more guide stuff? And we're back.
Just
In the
immediately.
actual story, Anya, not in the main menu.
Still.
That's why things ended as badly as they did.
Cool.
It's never ending. Anyways.
Oh, well, remember there's like almost 100 of them. So.
No, but it was just going in a circle. Like, it was just repeating. I was just making the joke.
What? Nani?
Catching sight of the 2 detectives, the suspect staggered to a halt, then bolted off into a new direction. Kind of whipped off his costume glasses and followed in hot pursuit. The banana
Yes,
peel.
he doesn't actually need glasses. He uses them to do like a Superman disguise.
That's amazing. At the crosswalk, the signal changed to red and the flow of foot traffic abruptly halted. Just as quickly, hundreds of cars all lurched back into motion. Is the guy gonna get run over? There was no escape for the culprit now. Or so it appeared. I like that lady in the background. Look at that
looking at all
The converging cops slowed their pace, confident their man was cornered. Then the foreigner barreled straight into the intersection, dodging between the oncoming cars without any hesitation. The mob of detectives came to a halt, not eager to rush to their deaths along with him.
Damn guy didn't no respect for the traffic laws.
Nah.
Yep.
Kano, however, remained in hot pursuit, charging into the traffic at the crossing.
Kano, are you crazy? Come back.
Kano heard Sasayama shouting, but his feet kept carrying him onward.
Reading a big note while he runs into traffic.
Yeah. With shouts and sirens echoing all around him, Kano closed in on the foreigner. Look at that umbrella that lady has. That's like an insane umbrella. Looks super cool. Just a little closer, just
Looks
a little...
like somebody ready to kill someone with it.
Yeah, yeah, it turns out she's like one of his accomplices. She's
She's an assassin.
Yeah. Just a little closer.
Shoots a dart from the tip of it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He's like, just a little closer. Then it's like a lady brings out her cool-looking umbrella and stabs him. Just a little closer, and he'd be in tackling range. He leaned forward, preparing to pounce, his eyes fixed on the culprit's feet. It was now or never. Kano, back off! Don't take him down! It was Kuze shouting through Kano's earpiece.
Huh? Nani?
Kano hesitated in surprise. Had he really just been ordered not to apprehend the criminal? Let him go for now. The real purpose somewhere else.
Purpose police jargon for perpetrator. Here, Kuze is referring to the fact that the principal offender in the case must be elsewhere.
But
Still
still,
want to bring him in for a question.
yeah,
right?
like, wouldn't it be good to catch one of them at least? Like, why would you let your one lead run away?
Unless you think you
Right.
can track them back to the base or something.
Yeah, like, unless there was, like, a tracker built into the case or something, maybe. It happened to the plan. He'd been told that all personnel were to secure the area ASAP, unless maybe the guy running the whole operation.
It's dirty.
Yeah. Didn't HQ want them to catch the perpetrator? Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
I think that's still you.
Alright, Steve, stay on the foreigner's trail.
Police team dedicated exclusively to the task of apprehending the criminal. While a kidnapping case is in progress, the roles of the officers involved are cleverly designated so that every officer is ready to take immediate action as the situation develops. Typically, tried and true veteran MPD officers put in charge of teams for breaking into buildings or apprehending the suspect.
Forensics team, get busy cross-referencing photos.
Team deployed by the MPD to handle the actual tests and techniques on scene investigation, such as collecting and comparing fingerprints and analysing photos of suspects. I took a drink after the last thing.
Even if this foreigner was only an underling hired for this one task, the police had now tipped their hand that they've been lying in wait. If they didn't lock things down now and get more info on the kidnapper, a girl's life might be at stake. Kind of recalled another maxim from his dick note. Dick dictum number 12. Always assume a worst case scenario.
Wow, so pessimistic.
If Kuze had told him to let this guy go, that implied he was counting on the team that was now in position. But if the crook had planned a way to break through the police dragnet and escape with the ransom and he succeeded, What was the right call here? Should he take this guy down or back off after all?
You know, Kano seems like the kind of guy who's very desperate to prove himself.
Yeah. Yeah, this seems like a mistake for him to do this. Like, I would say it's probably, like, I think he's only thinking this because, as you said, like, he wants to prove himself. So it's less a, like, an actual logical choice and more him being like, I want I
want the glory.
Yeah.
The recognition.
But it seems like the other guy is a veteran, so he probably knows what he's doing better than Kato, who's just now learning how to do all this stuff. And
it seems like the wrong choice, but it seems more in character to do it.
Yeah. So what are we doing?
We can go for A. I mean, in this game, you can go back and change your choices anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're locked into a bad route or something.
Yeah. Letting the perp escape now is too big of a risk. He had to catch this guy ASAP.
And as you saw earlier, when you go back to make a new choice, it will be highlighted the choice that you already made.
Yeah.
So you won't have to remember what you already chose.
Yeah. The man darted down a narrow alleyway. Kano ran faster. The man sprinted through the side streets. Evidently, he knew his way around Shibuya pretty well. Eep! Someone's taking it!
I think that's you, yeah.
Eep! Someone's taking it, Toby! Kano recognized Kuze's trademark squawk immediately. Subject is male. He appears to be carrying a gun. He's fleeing in the direction of Meijidori. What? Kano could hardly believe it. Hitomi had been kidnapped? Had she been abducted by whoever had taken Maria? But why? Someone must have been waiting for the moment when the police took their eyes off her. Something's very wrong here. What in the world is going on? Kano saw that the road forked up ahead. The man with the attaché case ran to the left. If the man who'd taken Hitomi was heading towards Meijidori, there was a good chance he'd gone down one of the alleyways off to the right. Making a snap judgment, Kato told the detective behind him to follow the case stature, then turned and headed down the nearest alley. After darting through the side streets, he spotted a different man, another foreigner, crossing an intersection a few dozen meters ahead. The man was dressed in black, just like the guy who grabbed the ransom money. Kuze's right, the kidnapper wasn't acting alone. He just sees this random guy walking with a case, and he's like, that guy's also a part of it.
Wait, didn't he grab, like, the girl? Wouldn't she be with him?
Yeah. But wait, something was amiss. Hitomi isn't with him. Where was she? Kato skidded around the corner, then stopped short.
Uh-oh.
We're about to die.
I have you right where I want you, Mr. Bond.
He does look like a Bond villain. The man in black was standing there pointing a gun right at him. Before Kato could react, the man fired.
Good lord.
Kato felt hot all over as if he were on fire.
I'm so hot.
Oh, except for his cheek pressed against the asphalt and the palms of his hands. They felt so cold. There was nothing he could do. Nothing, that is, except lie there and watch as his killer turned and walked away.
Rip.
So, this music is a very clear indication that you fucked up and you got a bad end.
Yeah.
Shot by a foreigner. The worst way to go.
By trying to find the man who'd taken Hitomi, Kano ran into a different criminal. Unfortunately for him, he got shot. If the criminal hadn't been able to get near Hitomi, she probably wouldn't have been taken. Have Hachi made the choice to talk to Hitomi instead at 10:35.
Huh. So you can use the other character to stop that from happening.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of going back to change Kano's choice, we can use.
Yeah, we should probably use this part to change.
Man, this game is ahead of its time.
Yeah. Yeah, I told Azure last night that this game is, like, a pretty significant game in, like, gaming history, in my opinion. Like,
yeah, I can imagine.
Like, this game is kind of a precursor to a lot of things that I think have come out after it, and made by the same people as well.
So we need to be at 10:35. It said, I think.
Yeah, so I think probably Young Man in a Suit is probably a good place to go to.
Yeah,
I
and then
think.
we don't jump.
Yeah, we don't jump. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. And seemingly from everywhere, a whole bunch of other guys burst into motion.
Whoa.
First one, then another, a third, a fourth, a fifth, over a dozen
Far out,
now.
man. What the heck?
Clearly something big was going down. Were they after the attaché case? Within moments, Achi lost sight of them all through the crowd. With that many people chasing him, the guy with the case was sure to get caught. But wait, what about that girl?
What about that girl?
When she turned back around, the girl was still there. She was staring in the direction that the man who'd taken the case had gone, a worried expression on her face. Another crazy day in Shibuya. They had to be shooting a scene for a film on location. It would probably be a mistake to intrude.
Shibuya. Yeah, no, let's go up to her.
Yeah. Achi could shake. Yeah. Heck yeah. Achi could shake the feeling that something was very wrong. Maybe he should talk to her and ask what was going on. But just as he was making up his mind, middle-aged man in a ratty business suit shuffled awkwardly over to her first.
Damn, he's gonna ask her out before I can.
Is there something wrong with one of his legs? He was using a cane to walk, and one of his hands slipped into his jacket pocket. Achi could scarcely believe his eyes.
Is it gone? Whoa.
Whoa!
A revolver? I would have gone with the glove.
Oh, Pulp Detective Special, a .38 caliber revolver introduced in 1927 by Courts Manufacturing Company, a classic example of a snub-nosed revolver. The name implies the weapon is frequently carried by detectives, narcotics officers, and the like for self-defense.
Interesting. Police revolver specifically.
With a single fluid motion, the man lifted up the gun and pointed it in the girl's direction. He was aiming right for her head. Huh?
Yeah?
Oh yeah, you were playing as her. Sorry, Lulu. The girl had noticed
Well, I
the man
was
with the
playing
cane.
as a twin, but I should play as her as well, because she's the other twin.
Yeah. Seeing the gun pointed right at her, she froze in fear.
Oh, I guess she's the same twin? Whatever.
Yeah, it's the same twin. Achi didn't hesitate.
Yeah.
I won't hesitate, bitch! Breaking into a full run, he tackled the gunman with all his might. Caught off guard, the man sprawled to the pavement. Also, once again, my controller vibrated during that.
I won't hesitate, bitch.
But the would-be
So
assassin
good.
kept hold of his weapon and quickly scrambled back to his feet. Achi knew he had to act fast. He
Gotta
grabbed...
act fast.
Gotta go fast! He grabbed the ashen-faced girl by the arm and attempted to drag her away.
This way!
He shouted. She just stared at him, uncomprehending, trembling like a startled animal.
Come with me if you want to live. Come on, run.
Finally, the girl snapped out of her daze and gave a fearful nod. We should
Let's
go to
get out of here.
I think we should go to the police box.
No, I think we should go to like a nice restaurant or something. maybe the movie theater. That's also good for a first date.
Heck yeah. Are we actually doing that,
This
or
is no time for the dick note.
No, the police are. He had a police gun, so I don't trust the police right now.
Oh, that is true. So
Let's get out of here. Just the two of us. Go somewhere nice. Let's get out of here.
The would-be assassin was getting back to his feet as she grabbed the girl by the hand.
Run.
Without so much as a backward glance, he led her beneath the railway overpass for the Yamanote line. They needed to get as far away as possible fast. Their best bet was to head towards the east side of the station. It was less crowd there, it would be easier to run.
Don't worry, you can trust me. I'm just a random guy with a trash bag.
Dragging the hesitant girl behind him, he took off through the crowd. Suddenly it dawned on him that he still held the trash bag in his other hand.
You know, this thing's gonna be a real pain in my ass. But I gotta recycle.
Hachi paused just long
it.
enough to toss the trash into a garbage bin as they passed by a park, then took off again. Someone shouted from behind.
Stop right there, you criminal scum.
Hachi looked back in alarm to see a stranger charging after them. It was one of the guys from the crowd who had run after the attaché case snatcher.
You gotta be kidding me. Now he's chasing us?
Whoever he was young and fit and gaining fast. Realizing the girl could never outrun this guy, Hachi stopped abruptly. Shielding her behind him, he turned to face the stranger. Oh!
It's Kano.
Yeah, it's Kano.
Why'd you run off? Because you were chasing us.
The other fellow eyed Hachi skeptically. Maybe he was a buddy of the man with the cane? Keeping his guard up, Hachi began to back away.
Look, just let the girl go.
The guy was
No,
acting like he knew her. Hachi glanced back, but the girl only shook her head wide-eyed. The other man's posture shifted, preparing to lunge. But as Hachi braced himself for a scuffle, something came crashing down upon the stranger's head. His eyes wobbled and spun in their sockets, and he collapsed in a heap on the ground. And there, standing behind him,
What the fuck?
Hey!
was the girl he helped out earlier, the one he'd saved from the hustlers.
That's a big book.
Yeah, it's the dick note.
That's her dick note.
Oh, snap.
Hey, you're that girl from this morning. Are you okay?
Next to the
You wanna
fallen
go on a
pursuer's
double
form
date?
was a rather thick book. She nodded toward it. He looked dangerous, so I just threw that at him. Oh no, this was his book. Oh, this was her
Thank
book.
you. Yeah, it's her dick note.
Heck yeah.
Thank you. This saves my bacon big time. Also, you just assaulted an officer. You're definitely going to kill. It's the least I could do after the way you helped me earlier. Oh,
That was the woman.
It's
But
the least I could do after the way you helped me earlier.
Sure thing. You want to hang out sometimes? I already gotta go. You should probably get out of here before that guy comes too. Like you said, he's probably dangerous.
Wait, so here's what I don't get is that, like, she has met Kano before. So why?
Yes.
Well, yeah, she met him when they were all talking together when she was telling the story. Like, she had met both.
Or the girl with us. Yeah.
So why
They told
did she
me.
shake her head instead of saying, like, oh, yeah, that's the police officer who was helping me out?
I guess he's technically in disguise, but he looks basically the same.
Yeah.
He took off his glasses and everything. So.
Yeah, she's like, who is
Totally
this
screwed
person?
him over.
Who is that person? I don't recognize them.
Like I said, the glasses are very much a Superman disguise.
Yeah, oh my god.
To be
Right.
fair,
Also,
if I was traumatized, I probably wouldn't remember the face of a random police officer who was there talking to me.
Yeah.
afterwards.
Right, I
yeah,
just scooped
and
up.
remember that the person who had a gun to her head could possibly have been a police officer. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did learn about that as well.
just plus, yeah, traumatizing, and also just running away like that, like.
Yeah, probably flustered in shock and whatnot.
But you'll discover why. You'll discover why later.
Yeah.
Because it's actually her twin. They switched somehow.
Oh snap! Right, Achi scooped up the heavy book and handed it to the girl, who promptly left the scene.
Now we better get out of here.
The girl nodded. They started down the street, only to see the man with the cane around the corner a few dozen meters ahead.
Oh, this is not good. How the fuck did he get here?
Yeah, the assassin had spotted them and he hurried in their direction.
Assassin powers. This way.
Into this random dirty alley.
Oh, he knows this place very well.
And she led the girl into a nearby alleyway.
But, oh, that's you.
But this way's a dead end.
The girl said breathlessly.
Like I said, just trust me.
Stopping abruptly, Achi kicked down a wooden plank covering a gap between two buildings, clearing a space that a person could fit through.
See, we can get away through here with just a little vandalism. In you go.
But the girl just stood there looking terrified.
What's the matter? Come on, we gotta hurry. Just follow the stranger in the weird alley.
But
She looked at him as if he too was about to pull a gun on her. You could hardly blame her. After all, he was just some random guy who had turned up out of nowhere. But this was no time for dawdling. The man with the cane appeared at the end of the alley. If they just stood there, he was going to catch them.
Okay, sweetheart, hurry me out.
He said in a rush. Okay, sweetheart.
Yeah. The name's Achi Endo. I live in a neighborhood here. I'm gonna give you my life story as this assassin is closing in on me. I live in a neighborhood. I'm not the kind to stand idly when a girl's being chased by some killer. So please just trust me. I'll do my best to keep you safe.
He hoped the look in his eyes could convince her he was being on the level.
he's quickly starting to sound a cross between a beetle and and a surfer dude.
That's what I was going for.
After a painfully long moment, the girl nodded her acceptance. Phew.
Right, let's start with this. This is my dick note.
Yeah,
like everyone has one.
Yeah, everybody has one. They had paused beside an enormous stack of beverage crates. With a quick shove, Achi knocked the whole pile down, sending it cascading across their pursuer's path.
Now that was a close call, and then he just shoots them.
Yeah, because it's like, how would that stop a guy with a gun? The man with the cane was floundering, struggling to get past the fallen crates.
Oh no, crates, my only weakness.
My bad, man.
Achi called out.
Mind cleaning that up for me?
The man scowled back at them and fumbled for his gun. Achi flashed him and
Never
waved
been
goodbye.
so insulted.
Then slipped away between the buildings with the girl.
Just wait till I get a load of my dick note.
Log lady.
Log lady. What a name.
Hurrying down a narrow alley, they emerged onto a side street lined with dive bars and clubs. Assuming the man with the cane hadn't given up, he would probably lie in wait on the path back to the main road. Achi decided their best bet was to try and stay inconspicuous rather than risk getting caught on the move.
Guess we can lie low here for a bit.
He
Have
let-
some drinks, maybe.
Heck yeah, it was like have a little date on the side. He led the girl to the entrance of a tiny old hostess club. She followed him reluctantly.
This is all a very elaborate ploy. He's actually a recruiter for a hostess club.
Yeah. So
Now I saved your life. You can repay me by becoming a hostess.
Yeah. It turns out it's the same with the other girl too. Like, yeah, I stopped those other hostess recruiters because they were infringing on my territory. She flicked the switch inside the front door and a chintzy chandelier glowed to life. He sat the girl down on the small sofa behind the counter. She gave him a worried look. Achi felt a pang of embarrassment as he realized what she must be thinking.
Oh no, don't get the wrong idea. I'm not gonna try any funny business, just horny business. Someone I know used to run this place. I'm not in the business anymore, so I figured we're safe here.
The girl chuckled at his evident discomfort.
All right then,
So we good?
we're good.
Can we kiss now? I mean, okay, yeah, good.
No.
And she made a vague attempt to straighten his disheveled clothes. I don't know why I was struggling so much with that word.
How about some introductions? I'm Archie Endo, like I said earlier when I was giving you my life story. You can just call me Archie.
I'm Hitomi Usawa. You can call me Hitomi, I guess.
With each new word out of Hitomi's mouth, Achi felt his heart sing. She was charming, personable, just about everything about her was captivating. Achi had
The
never...
opposite of me.
No, you are all of those things. Achi had never met another girl like her. Also, it just hit me. I actually do understand why she would have been apprehensive, because I just remembered she didn't know that the police were doing all that stuff. Like, they kept it a secret from her that they were in the area to do all that. So it probably was a shock to see all those guys come out of nowhere.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
Why is there a flash mob right now?
Achi,
Bruh?
is something the matter? You were spacing out there for a bit.
I'm in love. I love you. Marry me.
As he shook his head to dispel his daze.
Damn it, there's no time to get starry-eyed.
He needed to think of some way to keep her safe from the guy who was after her.
I know, I'll put her in a safe.
Just stuff her in there.
Look, can you tell me what the heck is going on? Please, I need to know if I'm gonna help you.
Right, okay. I'm not really sure where to begin.
Hitomi looked down, lost in thought. Apparently hers was a long story.
Oh, well, never mind then. That's,
Alright,
She said at last.
I guess I'll just explain things as they happened.
It all started when I was born. Well, hold up. Could you keep it simple as you can? I'm pretty stupid. I am not really the sharpest tool in the shed. Complicated explanations ain't exactly my strong suit.
Okay, I'll try my best.
She got comfortable and then started her story.
What a himbo.
Yep.
So, last night, somebody abducted my sister. The kidnapper demanded that I make the ransom handoff personally. He told me to stand by the statue of Hachiko in Shibuya.
What?
Te-
What?
Whoa, I'm sorry. I
what?
think it's supposed to be him interrupting her.
Oh, I think it was her, like, telling, like, everything and it going so fast that it...
Yeah.
Because I didn't press anything there.
Whoa, I'm sorry. Hold up a sec.
And she had suddenly lost the thread of the conversation, just like us.
Your story was so
At times
boring,
like
I
this-
stopped listening, so...
At times like this, you can press up to go back and reread what you've seen. You can also press down to quickly scroll through the sections you have already read.
That's
A
so
mark
clever.
will appear in the upper left corner of the screen when you're paging back and forth like this. You can press the A to reread the marked page.
That's really clever the way they
Yeah,
did that.
yeah. I love how this game really
he-
utilizes the medium to tell the story. Like, they're really going all
Yep.
out with it.
So last night, somebody abducted my sister. The kidnapper demanded that I make the ransom handoff personally. He told me to stand by the statue of Hachiko in Shibuya at 10 o'clock in the morning to make the exchange. So I did. and this man came by and took the attaché case with the money. Then afterwards, that other guy with the cane turned up and pointed his gun at me, and
he shot me in the head. Whoa. Could you say that again, but like simpler? Even simpler?
Sure.
What's an attaché case? I'm just having trouble following is all. I mean, is this the plot of some movie or soap opera?
No, that's not.
Some kind of hidden camera show? Hello. Hi Mom. I'm on TV.
This is real. This really happened.
You were there for the end of it.
Yeah.
The look in Hitomi's
It's like,
eyes
wow,
was
he's
dead
really
serious.
stupid.
Yeah.
So you got to be telling the truth. What would be the point of lying?
He had seen the attaché case and the gunman himself.
How much was the ransom, if you don't mind my asking?
$1 million.
Hitomi hesitated.
50 million yen.
That's a lie. It was 500 million yen.
No, it was 50 million.
It was? I
It
thought
was 50 million.
Oh,
It's
okay.
It's $500,000.
Yeah.
Rough.
She gave a whistle of amazement.
The detectives told me that was a typical amount for a kidnapper to ask for.
It's plenty, that's for sure. I guess there's good money and that sort of thing. Maybe I should kidnap you.
He starts being like, here's my gun.
Yeah.
As soon as the words were out, he realized his blunder.
Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have put it that way.
He fidgeted awkwardly and Hitomi looked away.
I'm an idiot. But okay, I think I get this kidnapping thing. How does it work exactly if someone wants to get into business? So I'm guessing those guys who chased the guy who took the ransom were undercover guys, cops.
He replayed the scene in his head and he's like, oh shoot, that means we hit an undercover cop.
Oh, that lady is definitely going to jail. But then, kidnapper took the attaché, what was it again? The attach case and ran, right? So if you're empty-handed, why did the guy with the cane come after you?
I'm honestly not sure.
Itomi's words trailed off. This was clearly difficult for her to talk about.
Anyway, we should probably get you to the police as soon as we...
No!
Of course
We
we
can't
can.
do that.
Hitomi's tone was resolute.
I can't take this to the police.
Not again. Why not?
Achi waited for an answer, but none came. After a long and awkward silence, she stood up from her seat.
Well, I'll be going.
I really appreciate the help. But I should go now.
Look at that painting or something in the background.
Pretty wild.
Yeah.
Is it vandalized or is it just supposed to look like that?
Yeah, I can't
It's
tell.
supposed to look like that. It's art.
She gave Achi a deep bow.
Nuh-uh. Hold on, what do you mean go? I saved you, I'm supposed to get a kiss. That's how this works in the storybook. Go where?
This is how it's supposed to work in Super Mario Bros.
Yeah. I
You're
rescued the
supposed to offer
princess.
to bake me a cake.
Yeah.
Oh no, my princess is another hostess club.
He hurried to intervene as she headed for the door.
I don't want to cause you any more trouble. I'll figure the rest out on my own somehow.
Hey, I said hold on. Your family's rich, right? Give me a reward for saving your life.
Hitomi ignored him and opened the door, and their argument came to an abrupt halt. Standing there
Oh,
was the man with
no.
the
Bad
cane.
end.
his revolver in his hand.
Oh no, we were talking too loud and he heard us.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Pew pew pew.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Will we continue in the next game?
Yeah. In the sequel.
No.
This is the actual end.
Achi Endo's 10 o'clock story ends here. However, Kano's story is still stuck at a bad end. This is due to one of Achi's decisions. Go back to Achi's decision point at 10:35 and change the choice he makes in order to change Kano's fate. This way, Achi's choice can help someone else while his own story remains resolved. The key to getting all the characters through to the end is to go back and change choices for characters that have already made it through the current hour of their story.
Yep.
But yeah, so we're all done with him for now. So we gotta go back and change what goes on here. I think for this, we should say that we're gonna go to the police box, I guess.
This game is super cool, but I'm really tired. So I think I'm gonna call it here. For me at least.
No worries. No worries, Rolf. Thanks for hanging out. I love you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out. I love you. See you later. Have a good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
But, oh my gosh. I kind of want to continue, but at the same time, I don't want to leave Rolf behind. The struggle is real. Oof. But yeah. But we've made some progress already. I'll still lurk a bit anyway, so feel free. Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah, Rolf. Heck yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, so I'm thinking probably go here so that we can go over here.
Well, Anya, because you've done this, you can continue Kano's story.
Oh, like if I go here?
Because it's open now. It was closed because you hadn't done Archie's thing yet.
Oh, okay. So it became a bad end because we didn't do the other stuff? Because this was a bad end originally.
Yeah.
Like, so if I go back here, it won't be a bad end anymore? Oh, yeah!
There we go.
He knows two people over by a trash pile. At first, they appeared to be a young couple. Yeah, there it is! Then, looking more closely, you realize that the girl was Hitomi. He says,
Mr. Kuze, I've located Hitomi Ozawa.
The couple took off running, the rough-looking guy dragging Hitomi by the hand. She's... Oh, you go.
She's with a man in his 20s. Looks like she's being led away against her will.
Clarify, please! What's going on?
I'm not sure.
Was this guy a member of some criminal group? It looked like the two were running away from something. Alright, we'll handle the foreigner. You go after Hitomi.
Got it.
Kind of sprang into action. He's like, in his brain, he's thinking like, heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Stop right there, criminal scum.
The young
You
man...
violated the law.
He's like, he gets knocked out here by the other lady, and then he comes to, and he's in... The guy's like, hey, you're finally awake. But rather than stopping, he picked up speed, continued to drag Hitomi along with him. She didn't seem quite able to keep up. Kano knew he could catch them. He tried to close the distance in a sprint. After a short distance, the young man stopped, realizing he couldn't outrun his pursuer. I like how in the different scenes as well, they don't just use the same, like, shots.
Yep.
They have, like, different camera angles and stuff. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, because you're having it from different characters' perspectives.
Yeah.
So...
But it's just, like, it would have been so easy just to reuse the same shots, but they actually went through the trouble to get, like, different shots for the different scenes.
Yep.
Shielding Hitomi behind him, he glowered at Kano.
Why did you run off?
Kano demanded.
That's you.
Yeah, I guess I'll
because you do a surfer dude voice.
I'll try. Because you were chasing us, dude. A blatant lie. People don't just bolt like that without good reason. If someone started chasing me, I would run.
Yeah.
That's just instinct. Dude. Why are you running?
Why?
The young tough started edging away, keeping Hitomi behind him. Kano followed.
Look, just let the girl go.
The guy glanced back at Hitomi. She shook her head fearfully. Maybe this troublemaker had warned her to keep her mouth shut? You've got this, Kano. Just don't let them out of your sight. Gets knocked out.
There we go.
A sudden blow to the top of his head left him staggering. His eyes spun as he reeled with vertigo. There was a flapping sound and a vague black shape wheeled above him. Was that a crow? He says. It was the last thing Kano saw before his vision went dark. Bad end.
Was that a crow? In the midst of chasing the man who snatched the attaché case, Kano happened across Hitomi and Archie. While confronting them, he suffered a blow to the head and was knocked out cold. But Archie only came this way because he thought it was the quickest way to escape with Hitomi. If he'd gone for the police box instead, things might have gone differently. The key is what Archie does at 10:35.
Yep.
So, if we now go and do the police box,
yeah,
that means that we'll get another ending.
Yeah. Wait, are you ready? Yeah, the police box, let's go! Still pulling the girl by the hand, Achi headed for the police box outside the train station. But it was empty. There were always policemen staffing these things. Why did it have to be unmanned now? Achi flashed a worried glance behind him and saw the assassin in pursuit like a man possessed. Yikes, this is not good. There was nothing they could do but run. With the frightened girl in tow, Achi ran beneath the JR Yamanote Line railway overpass. Yamanote.
A railway loop line that services the Tokyo metropolis. Typically, the morning rush is quite intense, with the stretch from Ueno Station to Okichimachi Station sometimes crowded as high as 216% capacity, roughly 300 people riding in a space designed for 143 passengers. Unrelated to the Yamate Line subway that operates in the city of Kobe.
Don't worry, just trust me, he told her. But first... They sped past a convenience store where an employee was cleaning up the sidewalk. Here, take this, will ya? She tossed over the bag of trash. Wait, what?
Wait, what?
This way. They slipped through the crowd and into a nearby back alley. This way's a dead end. Oh, wait, no, that's you. I don't know why I keep doing it.
But this way is a dead end.
The girl said breathlessly. Like I said, just trust me. I mean, this is all the same, so I'm just gonna click through it. This music. I still love that he's like, okay, sweetheart.
Okay.
Get wrecked, dude. I love that the crates stop him. He's like, oh, I can't get over these crates. Is there a skip button that allows you to skip all previously read text?
I don't remember.
Ooh, you can adjust the brightness. That's cool. Not gonna try any funny business.
Maybe just hold the button down.
Yes, it is.
What?
Bois? I wonder if it's like because we left the trash bag in like the convenience store guy's hands, like now Kano is gonna be able to track us, or somebody's gonna be able to track us better. Yeah. Yeah, that face. Yeah, it's so good.
Like, I'm so dumb. Please help me.
Yeah. Truly the himbo savior we have here. Yeah, and we're still here. But I'm guessing leaving the trash bag with somebody probably will lead to somebody being behind him to knock him out. But yeah, we're back at the to be continued screen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, read along further? What? I thought we hit a bad end. Am I supposed to go back here?
Take a look.
Just where the heck was this guy heading? Halfway across the bridge, the man stopped abruptly. Cautious, Kano stopped as well. Whoa! Look at this guy!
Because so because we chose the police box, it meant that they didn't go the same way as they did when Kano gets knocked out.
Oh, okay.
So he doesn't get knocked out. He doesn't see those two and follows them, but he's still following the foreigners. That's how we got to this point.
Oh, okay.
Because
I feel like
Kano doesn't see those two.
yeah, it's hard for me. I like with how dynamic these choices are. Like this is very dynamic for a visual novel. I keep forgetting.
Yep.
I keep getting confused about what has and has not happened.
It's that whole. This is like with 999, etc. It's all about the butterfly effect.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but like I guess the thing is because of the way this saves, like I keep like forgetting that the choice I made
something will unlock it.
Yeah. Like that's kind of what I mean is that like because I'm not like manually saving it, like I keep getting confused when I go back to a choice and it's like now it's different because you made a previous choice. I'm like, oh wait, I thought I just reloaded a save, but no, I did not. I didn't reload a save.
Nope.
This is a continuation. Height roughly 190 centimeters, age 30s, hair dark brown, clothing all black. A moment later, the man flashed a triumphant sneer and he held up the attaché case. Before Kano could even yell stop, it was already too late. The man threw the attaché case down to the roadway below.
No!
Panicking, Kano peered over the railing. A man on a motorcycle was waiting beneath the bridge. I'd been had. Kano bit his lip hard.
Damn it.
Kano sprinted back down the bridge. Hearing the bike's engine roar to life, he had to make it in time. Oof. Descending the stairs 4 at a time, he leapt towards the roadway, but the bike sped out of reach and roared away in the direction of Yoyogi, leaving Kano in its dust. Looking back up at the overpass, he saw the man who'd thrown the attaché case running away.
He handed the money off to someone else. He's currently on a motorcycle heading... Oh, that might be you, actually.
No, this is Kano.
Me?
It is Kano.
He's currently on a motorcycle heading towards Yoyogi.
His report to Kuze complete, Kano slumped down in dismay. The cops had played right into the criminals' hands. Now the crooks were getting away and people's lives were in danger. Was there any greater failure for a policeman? Staring off into the distance where the man who'd thrown the case had disappeared, Kano gritted his teeth. Poor Kano. Oh, to be continued. You finished reading both characters' stories for the hour of 10 o'clock. In 428, you'll make your way through all the protagonist stories in parallel like this. Once everyone has reached the end of a given hour, the next hour can begin.
So yeah, you go hour by hour. You have stories like this that run in parallel, and the choices you make in one story, in one timeline, will affect the other, obviously.
I see.
And if you choose a choice and continue the story, it could either continue someone else's story or end up in a bad end. And end up in their bad end instead.
I see. Also, that opening was a bop.
Yeah. But as you could see in that, like, there's obviously more than 2 characters.
Yeah.
And there you go. Welcome to Shibuya.
Yeah, and I got
and now you have all the characters.
Yeah. This is the end of the tutorial. For this part of the story, you can reread previous tutorial messages via the main menu. There's a lot of important info in there, so reread it closely. Now, 428 has reached the 11 o'clock time block. You have 5 protagonists available. Whose story will you read first? Okay, so we have Kano and Achi, who we already know.
Yep.
Then we have Tama. This is like the one that I've been waiting for the most. I'm like, I really want to know about this person who's stuck in a costume. Osawa. We haven't met any of these other people yet. And Minorikawa.
Yep.
Should we just go back with Kano? And then, or no, we can't. Or no, yes, we can, because now we're in a new time block.
Yeah.
And just kind of like go around in a circle like this.
It's completely up to you.
Yeah, I think we could start, and I'll give it like, or maybe I should, I'm wondering if I should start or just like call it for now. Because I was planning on like finishing in like 10 minutes.
Then I would suggest stopping for now.
Yeah, yeah, because this is like the start.
It's gonna take a lot longer than 10 minutes.
Well, yeah. I just was thinking like, should I start it or not? But I feel like if I start it, I'll be like, oh, I don't want to finish now. I don't want to leave now because we've already started.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really good so far. I'm definitely excited to play more of this next time. Yeah.
Go back and press start.
It's not letting me.
Oh.
Oh, maybe I need to click on somebody first and then. So I'll choose Kano. Okay, there we go. As he wandered through the back alleys, Kano gritted his teeth. So now I can. There we go.
And look at the bad ending list. Well, we know this.
Yeah. So now we can see everybody's bad ends.
So I think you have 1, 3, and 4. So you're missing the second ending.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the one where, like, if you choose to stop, maybe, and, like, let the guy go, like the guy said, that probably would have given us another bad ending, maybe. Or maybe it's with Achi being like, hey, maybe it's just a TV shoot. It's like one of those, probably, from the previous hour.
Mm.
I mean, we could try and get the other bad ending if we want. Let me see. So, previous time blocks are shown above. Protagonist actions can only affect other protagonists within the same time block, as indicated by the red circle in the chart. Decisions made in one time block do not impact storylines in different hours. If you get stuck, make sure to check decisions and jump points for the current time block. But yeah, like if we went here, like this might be where another bad ending is.
So if you do try to get all the bad endings, then know that you haven't completely ruined the story or anything. You can go back and just fix that choice you made, and it pretty much just keeps the timeline back on track.
Oh,
so
I see.
You can change it at any time and then change it back again, and it'll be fine.
I see. Makes sense.
But yeah, if you make the choice to not pursue the kidnapper, it does result in
the other bad ending.
Something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the choice you made the first time was the correct one.
Yeah. I was like, I thought it was the wrong one, but as Rolf pointed out, it was more into Kano's character. to do
Exactly.
so, and so I guess it makes more sense that that would be like the truer route to go on. But yeah, so let's try and get that other bad ending, and then we'll just switch back to continue onward.
Yeah, and then go back and yeah.
Yeah. Kusei's instructions had been clear. Let the other officers chase after the guy. Kano had his own job to do. He broke off his pursuit, pointing the next wave of detectives in the direction the foreigner had fled. Kazo had almost gotten close enough to get a good look at the guy's face, but if Kusei had ordered him to let the guy go, well, his boss should know what he was doing. The perp was someone else's problem now. Kano headed back to the Scramble and took up his post again. Itomi was still standing at the handoff point, staring worriedly in the direction that the suspect had fled. No doubt she was wondering why, all of a sudden, the police had decided to let the guy go. Kano jogged over to Hitomi, but before he could reassure her... Oh, snap!
Yeah.
Yeah! I sent him blow from behind, sent him sprawling to the ground. Kano's mind flooded with rage as he scrambled back to his feet.
What the hell?
He spun around to find himself grappling with a belligerent young man.
This is you, Anya.
No, it's you.
Oh, what the hell is your problem?
What the hell is your problem? The stranger shot back.
Let go of me.
You let go of me first.
After you let go of me, sure.
You first, pal.
Don't you call me pal, man.
I'm not your buddy, pal.
I'm not your pal, buddy.
Don't call me man, pal. Everyone's just watching like, what the heck? The crowd had begun to stare. Not good. Here he was, causing a scene in public, blowing his cover in the middle of an important case. This was neither the time nor place for some dumb random quarrel. Even as he came to his senses, Kano felt the strength ebb from the stranger's grip. He pushed the man away and quickly turned back toward Hitomi. And she's gone. She was gone. He scanned the area for any sign of her.
Music.
Yeah, but she had vanished without a trace. Kusei's mobile command center had also disappeared. What did I miss? The blood drained from Kano's face. The investigation had left him utterly behind. There wasn't even any signal on his radio. They must have switched frequencies while he was caught up in the tussle. Kano turned back to confront the troublemaker. He was gone too. Kano spun on his heel searching, but the young man was nowhere in sight. The attaché case had told me the troublemaker. He'd lost all three. Right out of the starting gate, he'd bungled the entire operation. He should have left Tateno to look after Hitomi and gone after the attaché case himself. What the hell was he doing? Kano felt his self-confidence ebbing away like water. Maybe it's time to move back to the sticks. Maybe Tokyo's too fast-paced for a screw-up like me. He had no idea what to do next, and so he just stood there, frozen. Already drafting his letter of resignation in his head. This guy has, like, no confidence at all. 0%.
Yep.
As soon as something goes wrong, he's like, that's it. I'm dead now. Goodbye, everybody.
Yep. There you go.
Yep. And it probably would have just said, like, oh, you should follow, or whatever. Yeah, so
and you notice that both the choices weren't highlighted anymore.
Yeah.
But because B was the last choice you chose, it shows you that. So
I see. Okay, so now we're back here.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, it's not really an error in judgment, dude. You actually made it through this time.
And now you're at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
So you got all the endings you can so far.
Yeah. So there's all those bad endings. Now we have everybody else on the list as well. But yeah, so I think that is a good place to stop for now. I'm excited to do more of this next time. Either this or Moomin Valley, depending on if Rolf can be here next time or not. But thank you again, Lulu, for getting this for me.
At me if you do this.
Yeah, I'll definitely at you for it so that you'll know. I'll also try and message you the day before as well, because like just to make sure and all that too. If I know ahead of time if we're doing it or not. But yeah, thanks again, Lulu, for getting this for me. You're the best.
No, you.
No, you! And thanks, Rolf, for joining as always. And thank you, Azure, for hanging out the whole time as well. And thanks to Bjorn for being here as well. Y'all are the bestest beans. Let's see who we shall raid. Let's see who's live. I'm
pretty sure Sinnoh went live.
Yeah, Sinnoh's live, but the reason I said what the heck is because I see Gorilla Collective is live. Why are they live right now? Why are they doing a live stream? It's not Summer Game Fest yet. What's happening? Didn't know that there was another Gorilla Collective showcase. Crazy. Yes, Azure. We're gonna raid Seabees, actually, who's playing White Day, a Labyrinth Named School. One of my favorite games of all time. Yeah. So we're gonna raid over there. But thank y'all so much for joining. I love each and every one of you so much, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye!
Bye-bye!